MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
At Kaiser Manufacturing, our commitment to engineering and developing new products is reflected in the wide range of fabricated items we produce for the manufacturing and retail industries. From simple to complex fabrication, we can do that. We have a full team of engineers ready to take your concept from prototype to full production. Call us for a quote today to see your next idea brought to life. Kaiser Manufacturing, proud to be Michigan made.
At Pit Boss Jack's, we put in the work in the shop so you can put in your work at the track. Engineering, speed, durability. Pit Boss Jack's, like a boss.
It's ARP Fasteners for whatever you race, from 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water, from the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family-owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com, no matter what you race.
This is a special presentation of DIRTVision, bringing you the pinnacle of dirt track racing. Led by World of Outlaws sprints and late models. We also have the Super DIRTcar Series, Extreme Outlaw Midgets, American Sprint Car Series, and DIRTcar Summer Nationals. Plus, weekly racing and special events at America's premier racetracks. The best drivers, the best coverage. DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
Beyond just being the prize, the Big Gator serves as a bridge between the speed of racing, the time of season, and the region from which it comes from. Of all the unique trophies in motorsports, when you see the Gator, you know 3 things. The month is February, the track is Volusia Speedway Park, and the race is the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. Presented by World Racing Group, the organization that puts both the baby and big Gators on the line. Welcome to the DIRTVision studios. I'm Dave Reef. It's time to set the stage for the final night. Now let's face it, a silver cup can be hard to distinguish in and amongst other first place prizes. But a giant alligator tells you all you need to know without even speaking a word. For Nick Hoffman, it's not just a passion, it's become an addiction. From the days of being almost unbeatable in the DIRTcar UMP Modified in Volusia, this week he's taken the next steps in his super late model, including yesterday, as the thrill conquered the swamp again for the 3rd straight night.
Way better start. We're underway on the Friday portion here at Volusia. Austin Smith will hold off Ricky Thornton Jr. for the 2nd position. Ebert going to follow with Nick Hoffman. Lap number 1, give it to Michael Leach. Michael Leach will drive away with it down the back straightaway. Both drivers going for their first World of Outlaws feature win. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr., the 20 RT right around the top side and off of corner number 4. Here comes RTJ. He'll take 2nd. Side by side for 5th. Behind them is Tyler Urban, the 60 of Ebert. Give it to Tyler Urban to turn number 3. Nick Hoffman right around the outside of the 11 of Austin Smith. He's going to take the 3rd position. Down the front straightaway, it's still Michael Leach showing the way. Thornton has 2nd. Nick Hoffman and Thornton going to enter low into turn turn number 1. Michael Leach stays committed to the top side, and Ricky Thornton Jr. takes the lead. Both Thornton and Hoffman get a good run in the exit of turn number 2 right around the bottom, and off of corner number 4 to make it official, new race leader Ricky Thornton Jr. Up the racetrack, that ruined his momentum. Here comes Nick Hoffman to his inside, down the back straightaway. Nick Hoffman to the race lead. Side by side for the lead, and side by side, cars in front of them. Down the front straightaway, Ricky Thornton Jr. wins the race to the line. Hoffman down low, Thornton. Oh man, crowded him a little bit, and then slides up the racetrack. Now Nick Hoffman back to the lead. Here comes Brandon Overton, started 9th. He has worked his way to the 4th position, up a handful of spots, up 5 spots, now make it 6 spots as he gets around Michael Leach down the back straightaway for the 3rd position. Good battle between Tyler Urban, Bobby Pearson, Thornton Jr. stuffs it in the wall. That allows for Turbo and Pierce to drive on by. Troutman as well. Overton takes 2nd, 3rd is Pierce, 4th is the one of Tyler Erb, and oh man, trying to extend the Big Gator points lead in hopes of his first Big Gator in the late model ranks. Off of corner number 4. Checkered flag is gonna fly, his 13th World of Outlaws win and his 35th Gator. The thrill from Mooresville. Nick Hoffman back-to-back with the Outlaws.
As Ruben Morales just said, the Gator collection grows to 35 total with his 28th career feature win at Volusia. Already with 7 Big Gator points titles, all in the dirt modified days. Well, that number will grow to 8 by the end of the night. Now, sure, mathematics will provide a what-if scenario, but let me counter that with a no chance that Nick Hoffman does not add at least one more reptile to his collection this evening, because let us not forget, there is a race to be run as well. And trust me, that is something that Nick is fully aware of as well, and will be fully fixated on what's at stake tonight, even beyond the Big Gator. Now, what would that be? The fact that he could join Brandon Shepard as the only late model racer to win 4 DCN features in a row. It was 7 years ago when the Rocket Shep in his unbeatable days pulled that feat during the 4-day portion of the World of Outlaws. That was back in 2019. We'll consider that Hoffman's run to 3 in a row began with his Wednesday wrap of the DIRTcar late models, then came the start of the Outlaws portion. Backing up Hump Day on Thursday, he earned his first win of the season with the Outlaws in dominating fashion. Then last night, once clear of Ricky Thornton Jr., tough in his own right, the Thrill led the final 23 laps and finished more than 3.5 seconds of the rest of the field. Well, that sets the stage for tonight. Now, regardless of whether he wins or not, it has been a ride for the history books for the Thrill from Mooresville.
I've never been in this position. I don't even think in my modified days where I was that far out. But yeah, I think you said it was something about 24th or better tonight. I don't know if that stat is still correct, if we've checked that or what. But yeah, it's a huge stress reliever as far as that side goes. So you can go into tonight just looking to try and win the race 100%. You know, like at the end of the day, I said it, as long as you win races, you're going to win championships. But I would imagine tonight they're going to start more cars. They typically do. So you go out there and crash on that first lap, like that deal last night is kind of a fluke deal. We all get bottled up, and Sheppy and Madden are almost out of the race at that point. You know, you just never know what could happen. So you just try and bide your time and not do anything stupid. Those, you know, whether it's early in the night or in that feature, just to try and get you through, and then battle it all out for the last half. But 50-lap race, I believe, tonight. So it's a pretty long one. And yeah, it's really special to me to be in this position. Obviously never been in this position before on the late model side, but our stuff's rolling really well, and just to win 1 or 2 races this week was above my quota. I figured if I could win 1, maybe 2, be pretty cool, but to get 3 in a row is pretty badass.
Chance to match Brandon Shepard, incredible. But now let's compare him to another legendary racer, one that will be inducted into the Northeast Dirt Hall of Fame later this year. That, of course, being Tim McCready. He's part of the storyline because his DIRTcar Nationals results from 2023, that season he won the late model portion of the DIRTcar Nationals, combines with his 2018 Big Block title, making him the only driver to claim multi-class mastery. Holding that distinction alone for more than a decade, odds are that changes in a few hours. A look at the Masters of Mayhem at the DIRTcar Nationals side by side. Numbers simply don't lie. If there's one thing that T-Mac has demonstrated during his entire career, he's as talented and versatile as they come. And if there's one thing that the Thrill has shown us, he's relentless for both Respect wasn't given on the pits, or given in the pits rather, it was earned on the dirt. As Hoffman closes in on becoming the second member of that club, it's a safe bet that excellence will recognize excellence when that time comes. And on that note, we welcome in Ashton Smythe into our coverage tonight as we begin to break down what we think will happen tonight. It's become pretty obvious, Ashton. Let's just start with the giant elephant in the room. It's actually painted orange and blue. It is, of course, Nick Hoffman. It is the double division champion that is probably coming his way in just a few hours. You've been around him all week. Even he seems to be mystified by himself.
Him Mr. Volusia is really the question that we've all been asking here this week. I mean, we've seen him so dominant in the UMP modified days, and now coming out and having such a dominant week in the late model week, he keeps telling us, you know, this is what you dream about. Yeah, modified's cool, whatever. I have X, Y, and Z big gators, and modifieds are cool, but man, this is what you dream about, to be having this such great success with the World of Outlaws. That's what it's all about, and Nick Hoffman continues to prove that. Now in victory lane 3 times here this week, twice with the Outlaws, once under the DIRTcar Racing banner. And it's not just ending up in victory lane every single night. He's been fast since the start of every single show. He jokes he never wins hot laps, and although hot laps might be a little rough for the Torg number 9, always rebounds in qualifying, has made his way into the redraw the past 2 nights, and I expect to see the same out of the Torg number 9 machine, which he's talked about it a little bit before too. Keep in mind, he has pretty much a completely new crew under him. Obviously, Scott and Braden joining him this year, D-Train returning from last year. But man, he said it before, that's the dream team. They're clicking so well and off to such a great start in the 2026 season's huge momentum for the Torg number 9.
And of course, this is the time of year where his focus is strictly on one thing, and that is getting as many gators as he could add to his pond as possible. Let us not forget, though, right now he's starting to run away with the World of Outlaw points early as well. We'll get more into that later. But from his domination, let's talk a little bit about the roller coaster week for a racer that's, well, had it good at times and had it bad at times.
Yeah, some guys have not necessarily had the weeks that they wanted to have, that's for sure. Let's talk about that incident yesterday that sidelined a lot of guys who had been having strong runs so far. Chris Madden, one of them, picked up a win at Sunshine Nationals earlier on this year, and then came back last night. We saw him down in the hot pit, not where you want to be. Same thing with Brandon Shepard, was good up there in the points battle for the big gator, and unfortunately yesterday kind of knocked him out a little bit. But yeah, as far as Nick Hoffman goes, he's not worried about any of that. 48 points extended between him and second place of Cody Overton right now. Another one of those drivers who's not at all had the week that he wanted to have. Started very strong, but now some brake issues the other night has hurt him and just not been able to rebound as well as Cody's probably wanted.
How about Michael Leach? Michael Leach picked up a win in the DIRTcar late model portion of the event. He was on the pole last night. He's been struggling a little bit as well.
Yeah, but it's really cool to see how well Michael Leach has been doing here this week. Obviously picking up that win on the Wednesday portion. That was huge for him and the Montana racer and crew over there. And then translating that under the Outlaw banner as well to having that great success, something that Michael Leach necessarily hasn't found quite yet in the super late model ranks. And talking to Mikey back in the pits and his crew, it's a whole new confidence behind that 09 team. Obviously, like you said, starting on the pole yesterday, won his heat race and redrew that pole. Had some issues in the feature though, not what he wanted at all. Ended up losing steering, so we saw him falling back very quickly as he wasn't able to wheel that 09 car around the racetrack. Sidelined his night early, but he's back here tonight. Hopefully another good night for Michael Leach. He's got the speed under him, just need luck to go his way.
One thing we definitely know about race car drivers, they're a passionate sort of crew, especially when they're on the racetrack, especially when they think that perhaps another driver has done them wrong. Tell me a little bit more about that transfer battle in the heat race that kind of spoiled the night for one racer.
Yeah, man, that was wild. And it's definitely blown up on social media as well. Jordan Kohler and Max McLaughlin going hard for a transfer battle in one of those heat races yesterday. And it looked to be shaping up to be a really good battle until they kind of got into each other in 3 and 4, which ended up spinning Jordan Kohler and having a little bit of damage to that 114 machine. Well, things subsided. We thought that was it. And, Max McLaughlin was holding on to that spot. Yellow flag comes out. Well, Jordan Kohler rolls up right next to Max McLaughlin and expresses his displeasure there. And obviously a rule with the World of Outlaw late models, if you retaliate under caution, you are sidelined for the night. So unfortunately, Jordan Kohler sidelined for the night yesterday. But back here today, still in good spirits. Keep in mind, he picked up a big gator last week in the UMP modified ranks, so still trying to learn how this late model works, and hopefully all those frustrations from yesterday and that incident with the Glen Sire Zero out of the way, and Jordan Kohler and Max McLaughlin can both have clean nights here tonight.
Of course, you saw what they did at the Chili Bowl. If you want to have that competition, have it on the inside of the racetrack, make sure it happens there and no place else. I would vote for that. We'll see what happens, though, in the future. Last but not least, we talked about Nick Hoffman. We talked about the Big Gator points. We edged on the fact that he's leading the World of Outlaw points. He's doing that, trying to stop the title defense of Bobby Pierce. Slow start, but finally, it seems like the smooth operator's coming on.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of a rough start for Bobby Pierce there, but he's definitely turning around. And he told me yesterday before he went out for the feature, obviously way back starting position for Bobby Pierce, somewhere we're not used to seeing. And historically, Volusia Speedway Park has not been his cup of tea. But he told me rolling into the feature yesterday, hey, we're going to try something here tonight. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we are going to try something. And I think that's something that could be pretty typical out of the Bobby Pierce camp here this year is, okay, they have the 2 championships under their belt. Rough start to the year. They're going to try more things, take more risks. Obviously, we talked the other day about all the shakeup behind the scenes in that 32 camp. And obviously what they tried yesterday in the feature worked, ended up with a good podium run for Bobby Pierce after starting way back. Like I said, he's just got to focus on qualifying for right now. If he can get that done, a better qualifying effort out of it, it makes his day so much easier. So we'll see what the 32 has for us here tonight.
It seems all a week long when there's 2 categories racing, it's always who's racing first and how that will impact the rest of the night. I believe we get the Super Dirt Car Series first, which puts the late models at the back of the field. How do you think the track will hold up? How do you think that may change all the storylines we've been talking about here?
Yeah, I think a lot of the late model drivers actually prefer to feature race after the big blocks, just the way the big blocks kind of shape up the racetrack. It makes the late model racing a lot better. Well, here tonight, we see that on the program schedule. Obviously, the Super Dirt Car Series going first with their 50-lap feature before we close out the night with our 50-lap feature. And like you said, we've seen all sorts of different kinds of racetracks here this week, but every single time we've gotten to feature racing, man, they've been absolute barn burners. Those cars have been able to make those passes. We've seen guys go up 20+ positions almost every single night. So I wouldn't say that we're necessarily going to see something similar to last night, maybe 2 nights ago when the big blocks ran before us. But I think a lot of the guys in the pits are definitely very happy that the Super Dirt Car Series is rolling before us. And 50 laps, it's going to be another tire game here tonight, all about saving tires. We saw back at Sunshine Nationals when the 50-lapper came out, it did really come down to tires and saving tires. So yeah, we'll see if the same thing comes out of Volusia Speedway Park here tonight.
That's Ashton Smythe. If it happens down in the pits, she will have it covered. We'll get it back out to you for some more pre-race coverage in just a little bit, but thank you for joining us here early in this pre-race coverage. Indeed, Nick Hoffman is, of course, the headline story in late models, but Matt Williamson's also carving out his own path to immortality in the Super Dirt Car Series. We will hear from the money man as well as our own Peyton Smith when DIRTVision coverage to our coverage returns for the DIRTcar Nationals right here in the studio in just a moment.
Deep in the world of dirt racing lies a mind that refuses to rest. A team obsessed with innovation, precision, and the relentless hunt for speed. A brand new product line built through a partnership with one of the most respected names in high-performance suspension. Öhlins doesn't simply participate in racing. Racing is their core. Öhlins Shocks, available exclusively through Longhorn Dynamics.
Ready to unleash the full potential of your race engines? Look no further than BA Custom Headers. Trusted by top modified, late model, and sprint car race teams and engine builders across the U.S., our products deliver the performance and reliability you need to dominate the track. With a wide range of port configurations readily available and the ability to customize your unique requirements, don't settle for anything less than the best. Upgrade to BA Custom Headers today and experience the difference firsthand. Don't get left in the dust.
Only the best go 3 abreast. It's the American Sprint Car Series. Coming to Central Arizona Raceway this month.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
Since 2016, DIG Race Products has had a sole focus on Northeast dirt modified shocks and suspension tuning. Located centrally in New York, DIG is the industry leader in at-track shock and setup support. This hands-on, at-the-track approach is what guides the design and development in delivering the highest quality shock absorbers to the dirt oval track market. Take your program to the next level and feel the difference on DIG.
The history of the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals dates back to the early 1970s, but over the decades it has evolved from a small 3-night showcase to a 3-week extravaganza. The hallmark of the modern day event tonight, we will crown the final 2 Big Gator Points champions of the 2026 edition. And from the thrill in late models, let's talk about the racer they call Money Matt, the defending series champion that swept both of the modified divisions at last year's Super Dirt Week in Oswego. Always seems to find a way when the lights are the brightest and the stakes are the highest. Well, tonight he stands on the edge of yet another career-defining milestone after his 2nd consecutive victory of this week.
Working up through turn number 1 and 2 for the first time. Give the lead to Matt Shepard. Matt Williamson going to follow as they split the 15X. Here's Williamson on the bottom looking for the race lead as they look to click off lap number 1. Give it to the IHRA number 9S of Super Matt Shepard. Shepard's your race leader as he drives right through the middle of the racing surface. Here's Williamson on the bottom. Alex Payne already up to the number 3 spot from his 6th starting position as he rolls the top side. But now Money Matt trying to make a move. The 2 titans of big block modified racing going at it off turn number 4. Shepard's holding on to this one for the time being here with 2 laps complete. Alex Payne trying to make a move past Williamson off of turn number 2 to take the runner-up spot away, and he does as they head down the backstretch. Payne up the 2nd. Williamson going to come right back on the outside lane as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. They'll make their way to the flag stand, give the spot to Williamson. He holds on. Meanwhile, Jack Lehner has gotten by Felix Waugh. He'll take over the number 4 spot as they go into turn number 1 and 2. This green flag comes back out on the speedway as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Shepard going to try to slide up in front of Williamson as Williamson will take the advantage off by turn number 2 as they head down the back straightaway. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Williamson, your new race leader. He'll take advantage as they slide up. Alex Payne up into the number 2 spot as they bring him down the front straightaway once again here with 13 on the board. So Matt Williamson, your new race leader, as they power through the corner. Here's Matt Shepard sliding up the racetrack. That's going to allow the 2 of Jack Lehner to sneak by. Shepard up top trying to keep his momentum rolling on the 9S machine, and he does as he comes down the front straightaway. Matt Shepard back to the number 3 spot. Shepard and Lehner going to continue their battle as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. The 2 machine going to battle up for the spot. He'll take the number 3 position away as they head down the back straightaway. But the battle on the racetracks for spot number 4 as Kid Rocket slides back in front of the 9S off turn number 2. Shepard going to go right back to the bottom as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. And as that happens, Matt Williamson's going to take the white flag. This is your Barrett's 1 lap to go. Matt Williamson got back to victory lane in his 2nd race last night and said he needed to start it a little bit further up. Well, he did tonight in spot number 3, and he got the lead once again. He'll bring him up at turn number 3 and 4 for the 2nd time at this year's Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. Matt Williamson is going to victory lane.
Now just a win away from tying Barefoot Bob McCready for 7th on the Big Block's all-time wins list. Matt Williamson also extends his lead in the Big Gator point standings. Now granted, the Money Man's lead may not be as big as the Thrills on the late model side, but what 20 points does do is give him a little cushion as he chases the aforementioned history. But wait, there's more. When someone reaches the top, the question for mere mortals like myself becomes, why don't you just stop and enjoy it? Well, psychologists will tell you it's not because they want more, they're just wired for more. Call it a need for achievement, a growth mindset, an arrival fallacy. It all sounds like Matt Williamson to me. You know, it's been a week that the Buzz 288 has been building from the ground up, as it started with an 8th to 4th place run in the big block opener, which seemed to make the stage even brighter for Stuart Friesen's victorious return to racing after his crash. Then on Thursday, with Larry White coupling thunder to his lightning, it was a late race restart that allowed Williamson to end Larry's storm with his first major statement of the weekend. Then, if going back-to-back wasn't enough, it was how he did, passing the 10-time champion Matt Shepard on lap 13 of yesterday's feature, and then holding off Alex Payne for his 8th career win. That makes tonight's finale not just another race, but a day with the record books, as Williamson's wired to cement his DCN legacy with his 3rd big block points title in the last 4 years.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I thought we were really close to it last year after some early adversity throughout the week. But yeah, we've been really consistent this week. I think the only night that we weren't probably as good as we needed to be was the first night, and obviously we drew 8 that night, so that kind of puts you behind the 8 ball to start the feature. You know, we went to All-Tech last week, struggled a little bit, but we were testing things to try and be better when we go north, and I think that we learned a lot that week, and this car's been really good, you know, since we unloaded it before Oswego, so super excited to bring this to Georgetown, and then hopefully keep the ball rolling as long as possible.
So let's ask the Super DIRTcar question of the day. If not Money Matt, then who? Chances are most people will give a resounding shout for an Alex. But while Alex Jankowski, the series runner-up last year, has only found struggles, Alex Payne has been turning up the heat in Florida night by night. 2nd in Big Gator points. It's probably a blessing in disguise that those are really out of his control, but his chances to win tonight most certainly are in his hands. It's been well documented in recent interviews that the driver they call the Slide Job Express raced a lot of 2025 in conserve mode. A 3rd place finish in the standings, you can make the argument that it may have been worth it. Well, fast forward to 2026, a 4th place in the All-Tech opener aside, the rest of that 3-day event was otherwise forgettable. And while the DIRTcar Nationals could have started better, the Hopewell, New York driver has seen major gains since. 3rd on Thursday, 2nd last night. Without series points up for grabs and an outside chance for that Big Gator, expect the Slide Job Express to be right foot heavy and on the rails tonight.
Just one of the things we've been working hard to get that kind of speed, and you know, it's really going to take a kind of a rough night for him and a good night for us, but you never know. We're just here to do one job, and that's to win. Definitely haven't even thought about the big one, just been all focuses on the little one, and you know, try to win the race every time we're on the track, and you know, consistency comes with that, and you know, we'll end up with a big one. You know, you kind of get your mind on some different things and whatnot, but you know, we're able to put together a good week here and have some, you know, good strong finishes and 2 podiums in a row. So you know, just looking forward to tonight and hoping we can get one spot better.
Enter Peyton Williams, who joins the coverage right now. I said Peyton Smith a little while ago. Got a good friend at home. Want to say hi to him. Want to say hi to you because you are doing an absolute bang-up job out there. Let's talk about what's coming tonight. You know, normally there's a lot of storylines by the time you get to this point in the week, but really in Super DIRTcar Series, we're talking about the record-chasing run, perhaps, of Matt Williamson tonight. What do you think about his chances, especially with the big blocks going first tonight?
Well, I think the way that he likes this racing surface as opposed to on Thursday night when they had the racing surface first, and then last night they had the track second. He's proven that he can win on both, and he actually said that he liked last night better, and he seemed to be more dominant once he was able to get to clean air. But look, he's already won twice. He's looking to win his 3rd consecutive night, and obviously if he won tonight, he would clinch the Big Gator. He's already in a strong position to do so, but I think he likes his chances. Of course, he said last night that he unloaded with speed, and it's always nice to do that. And so to have an opportunity to tie Larry White for the most Big Gators, I think is something that he may have told me earlier in the week wasn't on the top of his mind, but now that we're 3 out of 4 nights into this year's DIRTcar National, something that Money Matt definitely has his eyes set on here this evening.
We obviously spent a lot of time early in the week talking about Larry White's All-Tech success and perhaps thinking that he was going to be in position to get that 4th one. But now that it's Matt Williamson and the opportunity to share that mantle, how do you think Larry White feels about what's happening this weekend with the big blocks?
Well, Dave, you said yesterday in our pre-race conversation that these drivers, they always remember the races that they either finish second or the accolades that they have yet to accomplish. And that's exactly what Matt Williamson told me yesterday at the trackside pub after celebrating his victory yesterday evening. And so for Matt Williamson, he knows that he's yet to get to Larry White's number. And after the troubles that Lightning Larry had last night, you know, it's something that Matt Williamson wants to do. And of course, 3 is not the end goal for Matt Williamson. He'll come back here next year and for many years to come. And just like he already owns a lot of records and chapters in the history book, this is just another one that he wants. Because remember, this is something that these drivers view as more of a preseason championship. They want the championship trophy at the end of the year in Charlotte, of course, but this is something that really sets themselves up for what they hope is to be a successful year each and every season. And for Matt Williamson, he's been so successful here at Volusia, and the fact that Larry White is the driver that was in second in points yesterday, had a rough night, and now is giving a commanding lead to Matt Williamson. I think Matt Williamson, again, likes his chances, but also is probably happy at the fact that it was Larry that had issues yesterday.
Well, you can probably count on the fact that Larry White will also welcome Matt Williamson to share that stage with him. He's setting himself up good for the series run that starts, of course, next month. We talked a little bit about Alex Payne. This is a driver that's searching for gains, and they seem to be coming night by night by night. What's he got to do to put number 2 last night, turn it to a number 1 today?
Well, Dave, step by step, right? And I know that sounds a little tongue-in-cheek, from the 3rd step on the podium to the 2nd step on the podium. He's been to victory lane with the Super Dirt Car Series 4 times, but has yet to get his hands on a little gator here at Volusia Speedway Park. And you know that that's something that he wants to do. He didn't have the opening to the week that he wanted on Wednesday night, but Thursday finished 3rd, like we said, and then, of course, the runner-up spot last night. But even going back to Thursday, there were a couple of runs off of Turn 2 and off of Turn 4 that you call it the Payne lane, the Larry lane. There's a couple of these drivers that love to rip the cushion, and for Alex Payne, he really has shown some speed over the last 48 hours. And so this will be another night that the modifieds have Volusia Speedway Park themselves first, or to themselves first, I should say. And just like we saw when it started on Thursday, that was when he really started to show speed and to start running inside of the top 5. And so he'll likely take some things that he learned on Thursday and, of course, the momentum that he carried into last night as an opportunity to get his hands on his first Golden Gator this evening.
You know, it was captured in our highlight package just a little bit ago, the moment that Matt Williamson was able to get around Matt Shepard and go on to that dominating win last night. For Matt Shepard, it's been kind of a rough weekend, and from what I'm starting to hear, Matt Shepard might have had his feathers ruffled a little bit by the move.
Yeah, of course, you know, the fierce rivalry between Money Matt Williamson and Super Matt Shepard. Those two guys are the pillars of big block modified racing in the Northeast, and it was kind of interesting in victory lane last night. You would think that Matt Williamson was happy and celebrating, which he was, but there was a subtle little jab that he mentioned about that in the restart zone, that it's not the break zone, it's the go zone. And so he thought that it was a fair restart. There were a lot of us in the infield that kind of looked at each other and were curious as to whether or not race control would call that back. They elected not to, and because of that jump, Matt Williamson obviously went on to win his second feature of this year's DIRTcar Nationals. And it's already been frustrating for Matt Shepard. There's no need to sugarcoat that. And of course, when Matt Williamson's the one on the front row with you and he dukes you out on a restart, that can just add fuel to the fire of what's already been a frustrating week. But these two guys are rivals, of course, and something that Matt Williamson said in victory lane. Who knows what Matt Shepard has up his sleeve tonight, but not sure he necessarily appreciated that comment from the defending series champion.
It'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. We touched on it yesterday, new track, different running orders each and every night, but there have been some consistent drivers in Volusia. Who are some of those that have been making the new dirt all chalk, making it work for them?
Well, we said yesterday that Matt Williamson was the only driver to finish in the top 5 through the first 2 races. Of course, he continued that streak. The Ginger Ninja Jack Lehner, he had a frustrating night on Wednesday, but two consecutive strong nights here in the last 48 hours. Think of Jimmy Phelps, the Baldwinsville Bandit. He's been in the top 10 in all 3 features. But it's interesting to see, Dave, because the racing surface has changed so much. We're into the final night of racing in what has been about a month-long stretch here of on-track action at Volusia Speedway Park. Park. So similar racing surfaces on some nights, of course, differing on others. But the fact that the modifieds and the late models have kind of bounced between who has the track first is a big reason why we've seen some different results. And so the cream's starting to rise to the top. The points are being separated in terms of the Big Gator point standings. But there's some guys that still are hungry for a win tonight and some guys that you would expect to be there as they have been all week long.
Well, thank you very much for all of your pre-race action this weekend, Peyton Williams. We will look forward to seeing you later. Excellent as always. We continue, though, our pre-race coverage with you and Ashton at the track on the other side of this break. And as we say so long for now from the DIRTVision studio, it is because the time is here. The final Big Gator Championship night, the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals is upon us. And it will come to you exclusively on DIRTVision from Volusia Speedway Park next.
Sports Speedway is gearing up for an epic 2026 season featuring the World of Outlaws July 25th and 26th and the Super DIRTcar Series Big Blocks 3 times at the port. Discount resale tickets are available now at WheatSportsSpeedway.com.
Deep in the world of dirt racing lies a mind that refuses to rest. A team obsessed with innovation, precision, and the relentless hunt for speed. A brand new product line built through a partnership with one of the most respected names in high-performance suspension. Öhlins doesn't simply participate in racing. Racing is their core. Öhlins Shocks, available exclusively through Longhorn Dynamics.
At Kaiser Manufacturing, our commitment to engineering and developing new products is reflected in the wide range of fabricated items we produce for the manufacturing and retail industries. From simple to complex fabrication, we can do that. We have a full team of engineers ready to take your concept from prototype to full production. Call us for a quote today to see your next idea brought to life. Kaiser Manufacturing, proud to be Michigan made.
At Pit Boss Jack's, we put in the work in the shop so you can put in your work at the track. Engineering, speed, durability. Pit Boss Jack's, like a boss.
It's ARP fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
Since 2016, DIG Race Products has had a sole focus on Northeast dirt modified shocks and suspension tuning. Located centrally in New York, DIG is the industry leader in at-track shock and setup support. This hands-on, at-the-track approach is what guides the design and development in delivering the highest quality shock absorbers to the dirt oval track market. Take your program to the next level and feel the difference on DIG.
Raw horsepower, built on dirt. This is the World of Outlaws.
Let's rock and roll with the World of Outlaws.
Coming to Henry County Motorsports Park, presented by the Henry County Tourist Development Council.
15 nights, 6 divisions, 4 Big Gators already given away, and by the end of tonight, 2 final Big Gators will be going home with 2 drivers. Welcome into the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. My name is Ashton Smythe, and I got you covered with everything happening down on the grounds here this evening as far as the World of Outlaw late models presented by DIRTVision goes. And I'll be joined up in the booth in just a little bit by the voice of the World of Outlaw late models, Ruben Morellis. We also have a star-studded crew as we're joined by the Super DIRTcar Series with the Big Block Modifieds, Mike Warren up in the booth and Peyton Williams down on the ground. And whether you're joining us here in beautiful Florida or watching at home on DIRTVision, thank you so much for spending your Saturday evening with us. plus. Now, before we get into things super hardcore, let's talk some late models and some things as what to watch. We talked about it earlier on at the start of the week. We had 6 previous Big Gators winners in the late models on property here alone, those being Dennis Erb Jr., Chris Madden, Ricky Thornton Jr., your 2025 Big Gator winner, as well as Brandon Shepard, Devin Moran, and Tim McCready. And yes, those are some star-studded names, but they all probably haven't necessarily had the week that they wanted to go. Let's start with Dennis Erb Jr., your very first Big Gator winner in the late model division back in 2012, just not the week that he's necessarily wanted. Started it off pretty good, had an incident with Ethan Dotson a few days ago in one of the heat races, and has kind of been chasing it since then. The curveball of a very different racetrack every single night, and Dennis has just not been able to come home with the results that he's necessarily wanted. Another Big Gator driver who's actually not even on property anymore, Devin Moran, has just not had the week that he's wanted at all. A few nights he didn't even make the feature race. So last night, after once again a heartbreaking night, he said, hey guys, we're just going to wash our hands of this week. We'll try again next year and see what comes out of it. So keep your eyes on all of those guys as they all chase Nick Hoffman, your current Big Gator points leader. But Outlaw points are also on the line here this evening, and we've had 5 Outlaw shows so far in the 2026 season and 4 different winners. Let's start with last night, Nick Hoffman, or the past 2 nights actually, Nick Hoffman picking up both of them. Then Tim McCready taking home the finale of the DIRTcar the Sunshine Nationals, and then Hudson O'Neill the previous night, and Chris Madden before that. But once again, a lot of those guys coming back here for DIRTcar Nationals and not exactly the results that they wanted. Let's first talk about Chris Madden. Had some strong results, once again, still trying to figure out the car and the balance of that race car. Sits pretty good in points in the top 10 right now for the Big Gator, but has a little bit of work to make up. Hudson O'Neill, on the other hand, not at all the week he's wanted to have. Now back at Sunshine Nationals, we saw him the Rumley 6. Well, now here this week at the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals, back with SSI Motorsports in the 71, the team that he runs with full time, and you'll see him running for full time in 2026 here. Didn't even make the show the other night. Once again, obviously a lot of things to be shaken down once you join back with that new team there. A little bit farther out of the points, still within the top 10. Had a little bit of a contention for those top few drivers the other night, but he's got a lot of bit of work to do here this evening. And then Tim McCready as well. Now flashback to last night, Tim McCready, I don't even know if he even looked like a late model by the end of that feature. That pretty much whole entire right side ripped off of that number 9M machine yesterday, but able to salvage a good run. Outlaw points still on the line for him, and he obviously made that hard charge the other night. So some very fast drivers who already have wins under the Outlaw banner here in 2026. But like I said, it's all behind your current points leader in the Big Gators and current points leader with the World of Outlaw late models, Nick Hoffman. He has a 48-point lead on the rest of the field. And if you listen to our pre-race with Dave Reeve, you got to hear some words from that Gator points leader, Nick Hoffman, as he goes forward into here tonight. So those are some things to keep your eyes on as we move forward with the late models here this weekend, or as this tonight, as we close out the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals, as I welcome in Peyton Williams. And it's been an incredible week with the big blocks so far too. The past 2 nights, the same winner in both the late models and big blocks. And Peyton, I don't know if you've had a chance to come down through here through the Midway as fans starting to file in. And fans, if you're joining us here on property, make sure to stop at the Be an Outlaw tent. We have Valentine's Day cards, so happy Valentine's Day to you, Peyton. But man, those big blocks have put on quite a show this week.
Yeah, Ashton, they have. Just like Nick Hoffman won both races in the last 2 nights. Money Matt Williamson victorious with the Super DIRTcar Series both on Thursday and Friday night of this week. But one driver that we didn't even know was going to be on property until a few days ago, Hollywood Felix Waugh. Of course, we've touched on the tragedy that plagued he and his family, his whole racing operation back where he's from. He came down here thanks to his grandpa making it happen, getting him a plane ticket, allowing him to come down here to race that yellow 91 car. And for Felix Waugh, he's hoping for a fantastic ending to his 2026 DIRTcar Nationals. Of course, he wants to go to victory lane with the Super DIRTcar Series for the very first time, but he's currently sitting 3rd in the Big Gator point standings. He's been in the top 10 in all 3 features, but as he eyes an opportunity to get his hands on his first career Golden Gator, Hollywood Felix Waugh is hoping for a Hollywood ending to his DIRTcar Nationals.
Yeah, it means it would mean so much. You know, we came close Wednesday night, but we had we had good runs all week long, pretty much going in the redraw. But man, if I could be able to get that mini gator, would be nice. And yeah, really looking forward for tonight. We got a great car.
Now, after we get done with DCN, what's next for Felix Waugh when it comes to the racing schedule?
We're gonna have to see. We'll probably we're gonna stay on the tour, right? So I think it's Georgetown, their next race. So focus on that. Maybe Port Royal. We're not sure yet. Gonna have to see. And yeah.
And not just good news that Felix Waugh is here competing with the Super Dirt Car Series here at Volusia Speedway Park, but his current plan is to be on tour for the entirety of the 2026 Super Dirt Car Series schedule. Now, as we dive into the final night of the 55th Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals, let's take a look at how this Dirt Car Nationals compares to previous years. And for Money Matt Williamson, he's looking to become a 3-time winner here in 2026. Not only if he can do that, would he tie Larry White's record for the most big gators of all time, as Money Matt would get his hands on his third, but he would do it in very similar fashion that Lightning Larry White did back in 2020. 6 years ago, Lightning Larry White was able to win 3 features in 2020 and become a 3-time Big Gator champion. And like we touched on in studio pre-race with our Dave Reef, that's something that Matt Williamson probably has in the back of his mind. And not only Matt Williamson's style to do it like Lightning Larry White did a couple years back, but the Dirt Car Nationals as a whole is a little bit more of like what we've seen in the last 7 years. In the last 7 years, only twice have we had a different winner on each night of racing, and tonight, or this year I should say, that's not the case, because tonight Money Matt Williamson could make it 3 wins, or we could potentially have only our 3rd different winner out of 4 nights of racing. But still, so much to unpack here as we get set for the final night of this year's Dirt Car Nationals, and Mother Nature cooperating with us this week. Another beautiful evening for racing. Temperatures currently at 72 degrees as we get set to put cars onto the racing surface for wheel packing. 9-mile-per-hour gusts though in the area. It will cool off as the evening progresses, and partly cloudy skies accompanying us here this evening. Let's take a look at our order of events. The Super Dirt Car Series will take to the track first. We will have hot laps followed by hot laps for the Outlaw late models. Then the big block modifieds will qualify, followed by qualifying for the World of Outlaws late models. We will pull the cars off track for opening ceremonies, and then we will move into heat racing action. 4 8-lap heat races for the Beasts of the Northeast, followed by 6 8-lap heat races for the Outlaw late models. We'll have 2 last chance showdowns for the Super Dirt Car Series, 10 laps around the world's fastest half mile in those. Then we'll have the redraw for the big blocks and the late models before 2 10-lap late model last chance showdowns. A pair of 50-lap features around Volusia Speedway Park here this evening. First up, the Beast of the Northeast, and then the final event of this year's Dirt Car Nationals, a 50-lap feature for the World of Outlaws late models. But once again, I'm Peyton Williams covering the Super Dirt Car Series, filling in for Rich Vleck this week. Ashton Smythe will have you covered with the World of Outlaws late models from the pit area. We'll send things to the booth at this time to the voice of the Super Dirt Car Series, Mike Warren, as well as the voice of the World of Outlaws late models, Ruben Morellas. And gentlemen, man, we've been here for nearly 2 weeks now, even 3 weeks, Ruben, since Sunshine Nationals. Hard to believe that we've arrived for our final night of racing here in Volusia this year.
Indeed it has, Peyton, as we get ready to roll for our hot lap sessions coming up in a little bit for the Super Dirt Car Series. But Ruben, we have made it to the end of Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals, to 50 laps, features events for each of us tonight, and it's going to be a night we're going to love. It's Valentine's Day.
Haha, I see what you did there. I love you, Mike. Yes,
no,
and I love...
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Listen, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I love all the fans tuning in and watching on DIRTVision, and let's have a great Valentine's night. Mike, how about this? 19 races in 25 days. That includes the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals here at Volusia Speedway Park. I mean, that's rookie numbers for a guy that did the Hell Tour for 5 years. But hey, that's still pretty good. That's a lot of racing here this past month at Volusia, and it's so cool that we get to wrap it up here tonight.
It's been a lot of fun to watch, whether it was the World of Outlaws late models, the late model Palooza to kick off the season, ASCS, World of Outlaws Nostr to drink sprint cars, Dirt Car UMP modifieds, the Super Dirt Car Series, and the World of Outlaws late models in action. I'll tell you what, it's been fun, but going to come to an end tonight, but that means it's Big Gator night. That means we're going to crown 2 drivers as Big Gator champions. And Matt Williamson comes into tonight leading the big blocks. On the late model side, Nick Hoffman, a commanding lead in the Big Gator points.
Yeah, basically Nick Hoffman, he's got it wrapped up. Let's just put it that way. We'll go over clinching scenarios later, but 48-point lead over Cody Overton, and that would be his first Big Gator in the late model ranks. And obviously, he said it. All my modified ones would mean nothing if I can't do it in the late model. Well, Mike, he's doing it now.
He's got a shot to get this done tonight, and Matt Williamson has a chance on our side to tie Larry White for the most Big Gators since it was first given out in 2012.
And just to remind the folks, with the Super DIRTcar Series, this weekend it's only Gator points. That's what they're down here for, right? Escape the cold, kind of a preseason, and this kind of, sets the tone for the season. Matt Williamson, I don't get to see you guys a lot throughout the year, but when I do, he was holding up the trophy just a couple months ago at Charlotte, right? And now off to another hot start. He's going to be tough to beat all season long with the Super DIRTcar Series.
I'm going to say he's won 3 out of the last 4 feature events, and has a chance to do, like Peyton mentioned a little earlier, what Larry did back in 2020 and win the final 3 feature events on Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. We'll see if the Bus Shoe Chevrolet car number 88 can get it done. Doesn't always mean it translates to the season, because it took him until July to win his first series race last year.
Oh, wow.
Well, he did that a lot quicker this year and still led to a championship last season, but we'll see when everything gets started in the championship portion of our season on March 29th out of Georgetown.
And same thing for us, Mike. Last year, Nick Hoffman didn't get his first World of Outlaws feature win till Mississippi Thunder Speedway, the Dairyland Showdown, which was in May. So now, he already has 2 at this point, which is the quickest he's ever gotten to. He went on to win 5 last year. Nick Hoffman, of course, still looking for that first World of Outlaws championship, but is the point leader and could get it done this year.
Indeed he could, as the field working on in the Speedway for the first Big Block Modified practice session, as Dave Farney back up on the flag stand this evening here for the Super DIRTcar Series. He's ready to go, as it looks like we're going to start to wind this first group up here momentarily. May just be to buzz the track in a little bit more before we get going with our hot lap sessions. Just to see where the track is before they wind them up and go faster. Final night down in Florida for many of these teams. Here's Amy Holland and the Sterling Lubricants Mohawk Northeast 5H machine. Dig Race Products also on the side of that 5H car. She'll work off turn number 2. The IHRA, Westmoreland Golf Club, St. Lawrence Radiology, Gibbons Produce 9S of Super Matt Shepard out there on the Speedway after a 6th place finish. Behind him is going to be the driver tonight. That is not Dave Rauscher behind the wheel of the Monadnock Disposal Service car number 48 T machine. That's going to be the driver out of Port Jervis, New York, Billy Van Imwagen behind the wheel of the 48 T machine this evening, usually piloted by Dave Rauscher. So we'll see what Billy V's got. Had a little bit of engine trouble on that 4V machine. So he has moved to the 48T for the final night of racing. There's Darren Smith out of Binghamton, New York. The FX Cabrera Harley Davidson car number 12 entry. So he'll make his way through turn number 1 and 2. Rich Scalata, the George's Garage. Car number 8, making his way off the corner. Jack Lander, the Ginger Ninja. 3rd place finish last night for the driver of the Benson's Pet Center. Car number 2 machine. The Outlaws Speedway sponsored 18V of Bobby Varon out there on the Speedway. The Boissonneau Group, car number 61L of Donovan Lucier out there. Made his Volusia Speedway Park debut earlier this week. Sean Beardsley, the Nival Precision Plumbing. Car number 18 Vest Machine. Down in turn number 1 and 2, the Genic Group 70A of Alex Payne. Working off turn number 2. Big Creek Concrete, Honey Auto Parts also on the side of that 70A machine. The Jamie Installation Mohawk Northeast 98H, that is the Baldwinsville Bandit. Jimmy Phelps will make his way down into turn number 3 and 4. Then it'll be the driver of the FX Caprera Mitsubishi Bay Brokerage, Rusty Johnson Masonry, car number 11 of Matt Caprera. Matt Caprera will make his way down on the front straightaway. The Thermal Supply, 167 out of Bristolville, Ohio. That is Rex King Jr. He'll make his way up into turn number 1 and 2. Defending Big Gator champion out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, the Millman's Napa Auto Parts, Flow Mechanical 84Y. That's Kid Rocket Alex Jankowski. The Don Gravy Construction, 58. Matt the Carpet Guy also on the side of that car. That is going to be Mike Goulart out of Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Back in action with us tonight after a 10th place finish at the Daytona International Speedway during the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race a night ago. That is the driver of the Hallmark International, Mark Contracting. Jimmy DeFolvio Construction, car number 44 machine. That was Stuart Friesen. Stuart Friesen back with us after getting the win on the opening night of Super DIRTcar Series competition. Behind him, the Northeast Race Products and Trade Show, Agway of Alston Spawn, Tommy Faxon Excavation, car number 21A of the Batman, Peter Britton. He'll make his way down into turn number 3 and 4. The Haven, car number 11T. That is Jeff Taylor. He'll make his way down the front stretch. Jeff Taylor today, walking around the pit area. I look up and there's this bronze statue of a lion sitting next to his car. He looked at me and he said, well, I haven't been able to get a gator yet, so I got to bring something home, some type of animal, back to his zoo up in Chittenango, New York. So Jeff Taylor having a little bit of fun with that, with the statue. He has some flamingos down there as well, I saw. Loudon Reimer out of Oley, Pennsylvania, making his way by in the 16 machine, the Fleurs Machine and Tool. Kibble House Family, car number 16 entry. Quality Forestry Management, car number 28 of Mike Troutschild, the next car in line. Final car on the racing surface. Driver out of Roscoe, New York. As the field rolls under yellow flag here this evening for the Super DIRTcar Series. There's Amy Holland rolling into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to send one of the groups, it looks like, back into the pit area. Looks like Group 1 is going to stay on the racetrack. Of course, our hot lap sessions here in 2026, well, they pay. You do get a little bit of money for winning hot laps, as whoever has the fastest time at the completion of our hot lap sessions will get the Jam Performance Fastest Hot Lap Award in 2026. And it looks like the car is actually going to make their way back in to the pit area, as that then they will send Group 1 out onto the track for their first hot lap sessions. But the driver who has the fastest time will get 100 laps, courtesy of our friends from Jam Performance. And the first group in Group A going to head to the racetrack now for their hot lap sessions. Leading them out will be the driver out of Fulton, New York. Behind the wheel of the number 22 M machine, the all-point speed and supply. Mike Hant's trucking entry. That's going to be Richard Murtaugh. Richard Murtaugh will make his way off at turn number 2. Then it'll be the driver out of Addison, New York in the CP Carrillo. Car number 444, that's Russell Morseman IV. Next driver, one of the Ironmen of the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals this season. That is the Glenn Stiers Racing G-Force TV. Oshwegan Speedway, car number 0 of Glenn Stiers. Then behind him, the Ferguson Land Surveyors. Car number 17, machine of Marcus Dinkins. Marcus Dinkins will make his way down into turn number 3 and 4. Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania's Eddie Strada in the 33 is going to be the next car in line. The Taylor Recycling, Kaiser Valley Auto Wreckers, Hugh Deck Waterproofing Company sponsored car. Then it's the Cloud V Vape Shop, car number 92, machine of Dexter Stacy out on the speedway. Dexter Stacy out of Kanawake, Quebec, making his way up through turn number 3 and 4. Then behind him, the teenager out of Leedsburg, Pennsylvania in the Kiski Precision Industries, Atomic Plumbing, car number 8M. It's Macy Atomic. Macy Atomic will work her way down into turn number 3 and 4. Then it'll be the other driver out of Kanawake, Quebec in the Bullies Truck Stop Recap Recovery Drink, car number 66W. That is Wallace Stacy. Wallace Stacy making his way down the front straightaway as well. Behind him, you'll find the driver out of Gardnerville, New York in the Schultz Ford, Curtis Landscaping, car number 21M. That is Big Brother Bob McGannon. Bob McGannon will make his way out into the front straightaway. Then it'll be the driver behind him out of Wardsboro, New York, now making Middletown his home. In the Design Concepts and Enterprises, accurate collision to Pompano Beach, Florida, car number 10C, it's Danny Creighton. Danny Creighton will work his way into turn number 1 and 2. Last night made the redraw in Super DIRTcar Series competition, hailing out of Middlebury, Vermont, the G Stone Motors, car number 15X, that is Justin Stone. Then behind him will be the QXO. Car number 20 machine, the Quaker Shaker. Rick Laubach as he works his way up into turn number 1 and 2. Multi-time winner here at Volusia Speedway Park in his career. Your winner the last 2 nights behind him out of St. Catharines, Ontario in the Buzz Juice Chevrolet. Barron's Performance Warehouse, North Country Market, car number 88. That's going to be Money Matt Williamson. And behind him, the driver to Latham, New York in the West End Towing and Repair. Dig Race Products, Buff's Auto Service, car number 92. That is Andrew Buff. He'll work his way on the back straightaway. The I.G. Burton Chevrolet at his catering, car number 30 of H.J. Bunting. On the back straightaway. Then behind him will be the driver of the Phelps Cement Products. Hunting Auto Parts, car number 3 out of Phelps, New York. That is T-Bone Justin Ayers, last night's hard charger in our feature event for the Super DIRTcar Series. Field being told to wind it up once again. Matt Stangl also out there on the speedway in the Ace Materials Active Disposal, car number 6 entry. As the field being told to wind it up a little bit, still running the track in here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Larry White, the Big Red Towing, car number 99L machine out there on the speedway. The Marvel's Portable Welding, car number 1 of Billy Pouch Jr. out there as well. Pioneer Pole Buildings on the side of that machine. Glenn Steyers, we already showed you as we are green in this first hot lap session. Actually, not quite yet, still running the track in. Here's Danny Creighton working his way on the outside lane as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Car's starting to pick up speed a little bit as they roll through the corners. As we mentioned, Dave Farney back up in the flag stand this evening for the Super DIRTcar Series. Dexter Stacy making his way through turn number 3 and 4. There's Larry testing the waters, no problem, up on the top side of the racetrack. Quaker Shaker Rick Laubach, his yellow comes back out after the driver's buzzing the racing surface. Half of the group will make their way back into the infield. Wallace Stacy in that Bullies Truck Stop Recap Recovery Drink 66 entry. Working his way through turn number 3 and 4. That purple and white machine making his way down the front stretch here. Final night of Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals as Dave Farney telling the field to wind them up. Got our first lap, official laps of hot laps onto the speedway. Eric Rudolph also out there in the Glenn Steyers Racing chassis Highmark Sterling Lubricants, car number 25 machine. Rudolph, who finished in the top 10 once again last night for his 32nd career top 10 and 41 starts at the Volusia Speedway Park. Eddie Strada back out here with us is Dexter Stacy, quickest so far, 18.896 on that first lap. Justin Stone, fourth quick. H.J. Bunting going to beat that number, 18.617. Eric Rudolph, fifth quick. As drivers make their way across, Justin Stone going to be the final car to take the checkered flag in Group 1, but H.J. Bunting going to go at the top of the leaderboard, 18.617. For H.J. Bunting. Group number 2 going to roll its way out onto the speedway. It looks like trouble on the 20 of Rick Laubach, so cars going around him down in front. Andrew Buff going to be the first car to make his way onto the speedway. There's T-Bone Justin Ayers, the Phelps Cement Products Honey Auto Parts car number 3 machine. Gerald Ayers Memorial winner at Land of Legends last season. Also the runner-up in the Billy Whitaker Cars 200 at Super Dirt Week. The driver of the Paillet Course Racing, Jam Performance, Burt Transmissions, car number 91 machine of Hollywood, Felix Waugh, working his way down the back straightaway. Hollywood in the 91. There's Larry White, the Big Red Towing, Tracy Road Equipment, Jammer Sports Bar and Restaurant entry. The 99L making his way down on the back straightaway. Looking for his 4th win of the 2026 campaign. The Ferguson Land Surveyors, Leaf Racewear, car number 17 to Marcus Dinkins out there on the track. And it's going to be Richard Murtaugh in the All Points 22M machine, making his big block debut this week. Matt Stangl, last year's MD3 Rookie of the Year in the Ace Materials Active Disposal Full Tilt Labs number 6 car. Out on the speedway as well. Dave Farney telling the field they'll wind him up as they bring him through turn number 3 and 4. Green flag coming back out on the speedway here. Hot lap session number 2 for the Super DIRTcar Series this evening. White flag going to be displayed to the field. We'll see if the times pick up a little bit. Justin Ayers, 3rd quick. Larry White quickest now with an 18.030. Watching Richard Murtaugh make his way through. Matt Stangl as well. Justin Ayers, 4th quick on the leaderboard. Make that 5th quick, 19.394. It's T-Bone crosses the line, but it's Larry White quickest overall with an 18.030 here in this hot lap session. As the checkered flag comes out on hot lap session number 2 for the Super DIRTcar Series, Larry White right now in line for the Jam Performance Fastest Hot Lap Award with an 18.030. Next group going to make its way out onto the speedway. Russell Morseman, the 4th, going to be the first car in line in that 444 machine, or, well, he was until Rick Laubach went by him in that QXO number 20 entry. The Quaker Shaker making his way by. There's Rick Laubach, the veteran Pennsylvania driver. Russell Morseman, the 4th, in that 444 car. Out there as well. The CP Carrillo, TrackTouch.com, car number 444 machine. Glenn Stiers, in that Glenn Stiers Racing Oshwegan Speedway. 0 entry. Danny Creighton making his way down the front straightaway in that 10-seat car. The Middletown, New York driver. There's Billy Pouch Jr. in the Marvel's Portable Welding. Pioneer Pole Buildings #1, the Schultz Ford 21M. Big brother Bob McGannon. Matt Williamson, LSU Chevrolet number 88 out there on the speedway as well, but it's Rick Laubach quickest so far in this group, 18.248. Pouch Jr. going to beat it, 18.171 that last time around. So we're about at the halfway point of hot laps for the Super Dirt Car Series. Laubach quickest overall now with a 17.851. As you watch Danny Creighton make his way off turn number 4. Creighton third quick that time, 18.140. Pouch going to beat Creighton's time with an 18.047, but it's the Quaker Shaker. Rick Laubach quickest in group number 3 for Super Dirt Car Series hot laps with a 17.851. Next group going to roll its way out onto the speedway, leading him out the Nival Precision Plumbing car number 18S of Sean Beardsley. Sean Beardsley, the first car that's going to go out in line. Then it'll be the Northeast Race Products Trade Show car number 21A of the Batman, Peter Britton. The Haven car number 11T of Jeff Taylor. In that black and white entry with gold numbers. Loudon Reimer in the 16 out of Ole, Pennsylvania. The Fleur Machine and Tool sponsored car. Mike Troutschuld in the Quality Forestry Management car number 28 machine. The Monadnock Disposal Service car number 48T tonight being driven by Billy Van Inwagen out there on the speedway. Billy V in the 48T this evening. And Rich Scalata out of Boundbrook, New Jersey in the 8 machine out there as well as we continue to roll through our hot lap sessions this evening. Field's going to be told to wind them up once again here. Group number 4 of what I believe will be 6 hot lap groups this evening for the Super Dirt Car Series. Green flag is out on the speedway once again. Make that the white, as Beardsley going to be the first one to come around. 9th quick, Britton 10th quick. Loudon Reimer going to go second quick in that overall with a 17.940. Troutschuld 18.308. Scalata 7th quick, 18.534. Beardsley 8th quick, 18.592. Britton a little quicker with an 18.354. Loudon Reimer a little bit quicker, 17.882. Troutschuld up to 6th quick, 18.156. As track's starting to get a little bit faster here as we move toward the end of these hot lap sessions. Right now, Rick Laubach still with the quickest time overall, 17.851 for the driver to Quakertown, Pennsylvania, as the next group rolls onto the speedway. First up in the Boissonneau group, car number 61L out of Saint-Denis-de-Richelieu, Quebec. That is Donovan Lucier. Donovan Lucier will make his way off turn number 2. Then out of Johnstown, New York, in the Outlaws Speedway, friendly Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, car number 18V, it's Bobby Varon. Bobby Varon will make his way down the back straightaway. The Don Gribby Construction number 58 out of Harleysville, Pennsylvania, that is Mike Goulart. Mike Goulart will make his way down into turn number 3 and 4. Then the driver behind him will be your winner from Wednesday night out of Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, Canada. Residing currently in Sprakers, New York, the Hallmark International, Bart Contracting, Glenn Steyer's Racing, car number 44 of Stuart Friesen. Stuart Friesen will work his way down into turn number 3 and 4. That'll be the driver to Fulton, New York, in the Sterling Lubricants. Mohawk Northeast, Dig Race Products, car number 5H, it's Amy Holland. And behind her in the IHRA, sponsored car number 9S, that is Super Matt Shepard, a Westmoreland Golf Club, Sunrise Insulation, Danube Dairy, VP Racing Fuels, among others, on the side of that 9S machine as well. Then it's the Benson's Pet Center, car number 2 Machine, coming off a podium last night at the Saratoga Springs, New York. That is the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner, as he will work his way through turn number 1 and 2 here in group number 5 for the Super Dirt Car Series this evening here in Hot Laps. Donovan Lucier, 7th quick, 18.279. Bobby Barron, 9th quick, 18.373. As drivers work through this hot lap session. Jack Lehner going to go 3rd quick, 18.023 on that last time around. So drivers starting to pick up a little bit of time as we move toward the end of our hot lap session this evening for the Super Dirt Car Series. Friesen now 3rd quick, 17.927. Lehner still 5th quick, 18.203. That'll bring the caution out with just one group to go here in hot laps for the Super Dirt Car Series. Final group going to work its way out. Leading him out will be the driver out of Binghamton, New York in the Smith Site Development. FX Capera, Harley-Davidson, Scott Jeffrey Performance Plus, number 12, it's Darren Smith. And behind him, out of Baldwinsville, New York, in the JB installation, Mohawk Northeast, car number 98H, the Baldwinsville Bandit, Jimmy Phelps. He'll move his way out onto the speedway as well. Then it'll be the driver out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, your runner-up on the Super Dirt Car Series in 2025. That is Kid Rocket, Alex Jankowski. In the Millman's Napa Auto Parts Flow Mechanical Entry, the 84Y car off turn number 2. Followed by the driver out of Clayton, New York, in the FX Capera Mitsubishi, Rusty Johnson Masonry Bay Brokerage, car number 11. That is Matt Caprera. Matt Caprera will work his way on the backstretch. Final 2 cars. First up will be the driver out of Bristolville, Ohio, behind the wheel of the 165. That's Rex King Jr. Cooter back out with us here out of the Buckeye State this evening. And rounding out your cars for hot laps this evening out of Hopewell, New York, in the Genic Group, Big Creek Concrete. Hunting Auto Parts, car number 70A. That is the Slide Job Express, Alex Payne. Alex Payne, your final car on the speedway, getting ready for hot laps as the final group rolls onto the speedway. Green flag out on the speedway once again as they make their way down the front straightaway. Jimmy Phelps bringing them off at turn number 4. A good look at our speed shot heading in toward the flag stand and up into turn number 1 and 2. Alex Payne, last night's runner-up, coming off back-to-back podiums here at DIRTcar Nationals. They all try to beat Rick Laubach's time here this evening. Jimmy Phelps to the top, 17.798 for the Bevo Bandit. Jankowski going to beat it with a 17.234. Matt Caprero second quick, 17.511. Rex King Jr. third quick, 17.715. We'll see if anything else changes. Alex Payne's 20th quick on that last time, 18.742. Phelps stays third quick, 17.665. Jankowski going to go a little bit quicker with a 17.163. Caprera stays second quick, 17.478. Rex King goes third quick, 17.514. So that'll wrap things up for a hot lap session tonight and your Jam Performance. Fastest hot lap award winner out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania. The Millman's Napa Auto Parts Flow Mechanical car number 84Y. That is Kid Rocket, Alex Jankowski, with a time of 17.163. That's going to wrap things up with the Super Dirt Car Series portion of Hot Laps. Ruben Morales will send it back to you. World of Outlaws late models presented by DIRTVision coming on the Speedway next.
Thank you very much, Mike. The finale of the 55th DIRTcar Nationals. Thank you again to Federated Auto Parts for their continued support of this great event. And race fans, for everyone here in the grandstands, thank you so much for choosing us as your entertainment destination on this fine Saturday evening and the night. If you have friends and family from out of town that couldn't make it to Volusia Speedway Park, tell them to go to DIRTVision.com and watch every lap live of every Super Dirt Car Series event, World of Outlaws Late Models event, World of Outlaws NOS Energy Sprint Car Series, American Sprint Car Series, and much, much more. And, of course, America's premier dirt tracks on there as well. Check it out, DIRTVision.com. As we get ready to rock and roll, 56 entries here this evening for the World of Outlaws. We'll have 28 cars in Group A and Group B. 6 heats, 2 LCSs, and tonight's 50-lap feature event for the Outlaws, $20,000 to win. First driver on the Speedway, thank him for coming all the way from Coos Bay, Oregon. He wants to give a shout out to his mom again, and Three Rivers Casino, the Far West Tire Factory, Point S, Quadell Industries, Mesilla Valley Transportation, 77, just so many marketing partners that helped him get out here. And he has a lot of sponsors that, like, give me 20 of them. I can't announce all of them, I'm sorry, but pretty cool to see the Oregon driver here. The 44, Chris Madden at a Gray Court, South Carolina. How about this? There's 12 drivers that have made every feature here this week, and Chris Madden is one of those 12 drivers. Of course, won the season opener here. There's Matthew Larson in the number 8. Good to see the baby bomber. He'll be with us at Hendry County next weekend as he gets ready to try to make his 4th Outlaw feature here tonight in the number 8, Matthew Larson. Also on the Speedway, Tristan Chamberlain, of course, won the Gator with the Modifieds last week in the 20 TC. Tricky had a good run going last night, then had some misfortunes with that tire there in the feature that set him back just a little bit, but still a good run. Big kudos to this driver, Kyle Bronson. Remember, he was running in a transfer spot in the heat race. The right rear detonated. His first top 10 finish all year long. I mean, this team has faced so many challenges. Kyle Bronson last night up 14 positions in the feature to finish in the top 10. No introduction needed for the two-time and reigning series champion Bobby Pierce in the number 32. Pierce, a winner at the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals back in 2023. Bobby also getting his 5th top 10, second top 5. There's Boom Briggs out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, the Dave Warren Power Sports number 99B, trying to make his 26th Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals feature. Beckham and Malone, they've switched to the backup car. If you remember yesterday, the opening heat race of the night, contact with Millwood off of 2. He hit the infield wall very hard. Beckham Malone switched the backup. That primary car, they believe it is bent, so they switched to the backup. Another driver that switched to a backup car, there's Ryan Gustin. Remember last night, that motor, well, unfortunately, it did blow up, so they pulled out the backup car. This is the car that they raced at the Wild West Shootout, and at Needmore, Ryan Gustin unloading the backup here tonight, looking for his 16th Outlaw feature win. The 49, Jake Tim, they changed front bumpers on that car, and he can steer it like a Cadillac. I mean, it is perfect now, and Jake Tim showed that last night in the 49. A really good run for him. He earned his career best finish at the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals, 13th for Jake Tim last night. Glad to see that team rolling. There's Kyle Strickler in the number 8. Man, he was really good at the DIRTcar Sunshine Nationals, making the features, really good finishes, and Kyle Strickler just off to a slower start here at the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals, but we know he can flip the switch at any point. Kyle Strickler trying to make his 11th Big Gator start with the Outlaws, 1 win back in 2021. Another heartbreak for this driver, Dallin Murdy raced his way in to last night's feature, but did not start. An engine blew on the 13. The young driver out of Chelsea, Iowa, 21-year-old, bright future ahead for Dallin Murdy. There's Brandon Overton. He had a really good run last night, finished 2nd after not making the show on Thursday night. Brandon Overton in that Riggs Motorsports 76, 30. World of Outlaw DCN starts 2 wins in 2021 and 22. I talked to this driver earlier today, Drake Troutman. Upward trajectory for this driver. Drake Troutman last night earned his 3rd top 10, 2nd top 5 in 2026. VG Performance, Afterburner Performance, now helping him this year, and he's really, really good. Of course, Vinny Giuliani, he does a really good job. VG Performance and Afterburner Performance really setting him up nice. Sam Seawright, he was one of the 6 Dave Warren Power Sport cautions last night. Electrical issues on the 16. That's the reason why he came off the Speedway last night. Sam Seawright trying to turn it around here tonight. A shortage in the MSD box there for Sam Seawright. He made his first DCN start with the Outlaws last night, finished 23rd. Ricky Thornton Jr., I talked to him, of course, overshot turn number 2 last night. I asked him if anything broke or anything happened. He said, nope, I just stuffed it in the cushion. And Ricky Thornton Jr., the defending Gator champion last year, he's finished 3rd 4 times in this event, has never won a little Gator, but of course got the big Gator last year under the World of Outlaws banner. Beautiful sunset as you see the speed shot here from the front straightaway. Looks like hot lap session number 1 on the Speedway. We're going to start to split your field. The track looks nice and ironed out. from top to bottom just to get this racetrack packed in nicely. Of course, a lot of moisture added. There's a lot of cars here. We want to make sure the racetrack, is good all night long. So they obviously water it and prep it really well. And which, by the way, 19 races in the last 25 nights here. I mean, this track, has taken a lot of race cars on, and they've done a great job. So just ironing out the surface. There's Mike Marlar on your screen, the Winfield Warrior. He's never won a Little Gator with the World of Outlaws here at the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. He's been second twice, back in 2019 and 2022. Mike Marlar, 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s in his 27 World of Outlaw Dirt Car National starts for the 2018 champion. I didn't physically get to talk to Kyle Bronson today, but I did talk to his crew guy Mark, and man, just a sense of relief in that pit area. They have faced so many challenges this whole past year. And Kyle Bronson with his first top 10 of the year last night. That team slept well last night, to say the least. Good for them. Yellow flag conditions still around Volusia Speedway Park. Track record 15.100. Back at the Sunshine Nationals in 2024, set by Bobby Pierce. Caution lights are out. Hot lap session number 1 is on the speedway. We get ready for hot lap session number 1. Saturday night, here we go. Kyle Bronson with the Dirt King simulators. Fastest hot lap right now, 16.190. The track already way better than we were last night in hot lap session number 1. As Kyle Bronson to the top, 16.190. Up 14 positions in the feature last night for that first top 10, as I mentioned. And starting out the night, fast in the 40B, Kyle Bronson. You look at his World of Outlaw Dirt Car National stats. Again, this is just the World of Outlaws nights. 29 feature starts, 1 win back in 2014, 5 top 5s, 10 top 10s for KB40. Next group led out by last year's Big Gator champion, Ricky Thornton Jr. And that Kohler Motorsports number 20 RT, 5 World of Outlaw victories, the 2024 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, 2023 Prairie Dirt Classic champion, and 2025 World 100 champion. Out of Georgetown, Delaware, the number 7, the boss, Ross Robinson, 2 World of Outlaw starts at the Dirt Car Nationals, best finish 16th back in 2021. Jackson Heiss, former go-kart track champion here at Volusia Speedway Park, now racing on the big track, trying to make his first World of Outlaw start here at the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. The number 31, joining us from Kingston, Georgia, Tyler Millwood in the number 31. Tyler Millwood, 3 World of Outlaw Dirt Car National starts, best finish 19th back in 2018. Also on the speedway, Tim McCready. McCready trying to bounce back after a 26th place finish last night. McCready, the 2023 Dirt Car Nationals champion, 2 wins at this event under the World of Outlaws banner, 12 top 5s, 27 top 10s. Earning his career best with the Dirt Car Nationals last night, as I mentioned, Jake Tim in the 49, now in his sophomore season with the World of Outlaws, finished 13th last night. Brandon Overton back on the podium last night, 2nd after scoring a Monday night victory here under the Dirt Car late model banner. Dallin Murdy has that engine fired up, ready to rock and roll here tonight, see if he can race his way back into the show. And Drake Troutman on the speedway, final driver out there as we get ready for hot lap session number 2 with the Outlaws. McCready up 20 positions 2 nights ago. Dustin Sorensen up 22 spots. Last night, we've seen some big movers in these features. We'll see who the big mover Fox Factory Hard Charger is tonight. There's Tyler Millwood, the 31. And the boss, Ross Robinson, 2011 World of Outlaws champion Rick Eckert, wrenching the wrenches down there, helping them out. Drake Troutman looking so good to kick off 2026. He's in for a big year. Third top 10 of the season last night, second top 5 here in 2026. Checkered flag is out. Brandon Overton has the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 15.978 for Brandon Overton. Ricky Thornton Jr. second, Drake Troutman third, Kyle Bronson fourth, and Dallin Murdy fifth. Next group led out by the number 16, Tyler Bruning. He is one of the 12 drivers to make every single feature so far here this week. Out of Decorah, Iowa, the Skyline Motorsports number 16, Tyler Bruning. Carson Ferguson in the number 93, fresh off that Ram race for the seat, second in the points, won the finale, gonna drive a NASCAR truck at Martinsville in the fall. Congratulations to Carson Ferguson on that, of course. Former asphalt late model racer, now his 5th year behind the wheel of a dirt super late model. Off to the backup car after engine troubles last night, the Reaper Ryan Gustin out of Marshalltown, Iowa in the number 19R. He's also one of the 12 drivers to only make every feature here this week. That's a tough task. And another driver that's made every feature this week, right behind him, Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender with the Outlaws. And right behind him, you'll find the JCM Motorsports number 19M, piloted by Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida. Also on the Speedway, Cody Overton. He's one of the 12 drivers to make every single feature here this week. A good run for Cody Overton, second in the Big Gator points. The 99B Boom Brakes also on the Speedway, along with the driver out of Lewistown, Missouri, the number 17, Austin Howes. There you see him on DIRTVision. And final driver out there from Jefferson City, Missouri, the number 14, Reed Millard. This is Hot Lap Session number 3. Carson Ferguson to the top of the charts here. 15.928 for Carson Ferguson. Ryan Gustin, that team's going to need a big bounce back. But of course, again, with the Outlaws, we're taking your best 5 of the 8 races in Florida towards the national points. We're dropping your worst 3. So Ryan Gustin, you look at so far his 2026 results in the 19R, 17th, 9th, 4th, 12th, and 24th. So he'll be able to drop 3 of those with still 3 races to go here in the Speed Weeks with the Outlaws. Cody Overton has the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 15.906 in the 97, second in the Big Gator points, 48 points back of Nick Hoffman. Next group led out by the number 49, Luke Morey out of Zeeland, Michigan. The Coltman Farms Racing number 49. Hey, he got his first super late model win at the Country Roads at West Virginia Motor Speedway as a prelim, but still a good win for him. Congratulations to Luke Morey, former asphalt racer as well. 2022 Cars Tour Rookie of the Year. Also on the Speedway, Sam Seawright, we mentioned him last night. He came off the pace, drew the caution, electrical issues in the MSD box. They got it all fixed up here today for the 2-time Ice Bowl champion, Sam Seawright. Picked up the win a year ago at the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals, Garrett Alberson in the number 58, 10 pounds light at the intercomp scales last night after qualifying, so you had to go to the tail of the field in that heat race. I had some folks tell me, hey, we dropped off some candy. He's gonna make weight today. No, but all jokes aside, that team ready to rock and roll here tonight. Which, by the way, when they won here last year, it was on Valentine's Day, and they didn't make the show the night before, they told me. So they're saying, hey, history repeats itself. We'll see if Garrett Alperson can get it done here tonight. Other drivers on the Speedway, there's Michael Leach, winner Wednesday night with the DIRTcar late models. Got his first super late model win as well. Started on the pole last night, Michael Leach. It's been fun to watch here this week. Tyler Wyant out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, made the show on Tuesday with the DIRTcar late models, raced his way in, trying to make his first ever World of Outlaws start here tonight in the 24. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender to St. Augustine, Florida, the Mills Concrete, number 14. That is Trey Mills. Trey Mills made his first DIRTcar National start last night. Excuse me, 2 nights ago. There's Cade Dillard, the 97, out of Robeline, Louisiana. Cade Dillard, the Thriller. Stormy Scott, crew chiefing for Cade Dillard. 15 DIRTcar National starts, best finish 8th last year. Tyler Erb, back-to-back 4th place finishes for Tyler Erb. That's his 3rd top 5 and 4th top 10 in 2026. Off to a solid start, has his head on straight, and Tyler Erb, very, very focused. I love the Tyler Erb that we're seeing here, and he's going to be fun to watch here in 2026. Jason Riggs parked it for the night yesterday. He's unloaded and ready to compete here tonight. The driver to College Grove, Tennessee, in the number 81, trying to make his first World of Outlaws DIRTcar National start here tonight. Dennis Erb Jr., the 2012 Big Gator champion at Carpentersville, Illinois, also on the Speedway, and he's the final driver we'll introduce you to there, the 2022 World of Outlaws champion. Those are all the drivers on the Speedway. This is Hot Lap Session number 4, beautiful sunset here in the finale of the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. Lap session number 4, roaring around Volusia. Tyler Erb, back-to-back 4th place finishes. Crew chief Cody Caleb. Cody Carl, Caleb Todd down there, wrenching the wrenches on the 1. Luke Morey in the 49. Heather Line, 2-time crew chief of the year, wrenching the wrenches in the 28. How about Sam Seawright? Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap for Sam, 15.615 for the Coltman Farms Racing number 16. That is 15.615. Michael Leach, 2nd quick. Garrett Alberson, 3rd quick. Tyler Erb, 4th. Cade Dillard, 5th. These cars will make their exit. Next group getting ready to roll onto the Speedway from the infield. We'll get a couple more from Rim Road as well. Brandon Shepard leads the next group out. 3-time Big Gator champion, 6 wins in this event, 13 top 5s, 25 top 10s, and his 37 World of Outlaws DIRTcar National starts. Right behind him, the number 18, Chase Younghands out of Manhattan, Kansas, in his 13th year behind the wheel of a super late model. He finished 2nd here back in 2022, 4 top 5s, 10 top 10s at the DIRTcar Nationals in his 27 starts. The number 60, Dan Ebert, now in his 2nd year of super late model competition, 2 DIRTcar National starts. Best finish last night, 10th for Dan Ebert, his first top 10 at this event. Good run for him last night. Of course, won the heat race. Logan Zarin, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender to Hookstown, Pennsylvania, made his first DCN start 2 nights ago, 19th for Logan Zarin. Also on the Speedway, the number 76, Snowdrift, Blair Nodorf, took the night off 2 nights ago, came back and did really well last night. Snowdrift, 5 DCN starts, best finish 9th back in 2024. The number 114, that's going to be Evan Kohler out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Evan in the 114, trying to qualify into his first World of Outlaws DCN feature. There's Austin Smith, won the heat race last night as well. And Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia, finished 20th, his best finish at the DIRTcar Nationals last night. Also on the Speedway, there's Jordan Kohler in the 114. That camp has been racing here the last 2 weeks. They've been troopers. Jordan Kohler, 4 DCN starts, best finish 20th back in 2024. And Brent Larson, the B1 bomber at Lake Elmo, Minnesota, best finish 15th 3 times at this event. As those are the drivers here in this hot lap session. Dustin Sorensen, last night's Fox Factory hard charger, up 22 positions, got his best finish of this event at 6th last night. Gorsuch Performance green flag is out here in this one. Sam Seawright, 15.615 is the fastest we've seen. That's half a second off the track record. I think the track record's gonna live to see another year. But that's okay. We'd like the track to slow down. See some sliders. Blair Nodorf, 4th quick, 15.753. There's Logan Zarin. They had to change the bird cage 2 nights ago after that nasty wreck. Checkered flag is out. Blair Nodorf, the fastest out of this group, 4th quickest overall at a 15.753. So it's Sam Seawright, Michael Leach, Garrett Alberson, Blair Nodorf, Brandon Shepard, Evan Kohler, the top 6 here in hot laps. It does pay with the Outlaws. If you are quickest and you have the Dirt King Simulator sticker, you get an extra $100 in hot laps. Make sure to visit the Dirt King Simulator down on Vendor Row anytime you're at a World of Outlaws event. Beautiful shot of the sunset with our camera crew just crushing it all week long. Thank you to them for all the images. They crush it every night. They do a great job giving us the pictures and bringing all the action into your living room. There's Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. One-time World of Outlaws feature winner at Farmers City last year. 5 DIRTcar National starts, best finished 4th last year. Of course, has had success here, winning the Rudiman with the DIRTcar UMP Modifieds. There's Todd Morrow at a Penton, Alabama, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, trying to make his first World of Outlaws DIRTcar National start. Also on the Speedway, you'll find the number 111, Max Blair, out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. 12 DIRTcar National starts under the World of Outlaws banner. Best finish 4th on 2 occasions in 2022 and 24. Josh Rice, him and Randall Edwards have been doing really well the last couple of nights. 10th place 2 nights ago. Josh Rice, 16th last night. He's been really fun to watch. They've been figuring things out. 2 DCN starts, best finished 10th, as I mentioned, 2 nights ago at this event. There's Hudson O'Neill, did not make the show last night in that SSI Motorsports number 71. They're trying to turn things around here tonight. 13 DCN starts, got a little gator from 23rd back in 2023. If you remember that epic run, if not, go to the DIRTVision Volt and check that out. The 99 Junior, Frank Heckeness Jr., 15 DCN starts, best finish 6th back in 2015. 2 top 10s in this event for him. And Stacy Bowles trying to make his first DCN feature. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at Clewiston, Florida, the 55E, that is Eli Johnson. We get ready for Hot Lap session number 6 on Saturday night. Hudson O'Neill, second quick, 15.661. Hudson O'Neill was 3rd in the Gator points last night, not even in the top 5 right now. Top 5 in Gator points are Hoffman, Overton, Erb, Overton, and Pierce. Hudson O'Neill, the quickest out of this group. He's still going to be a threat to win, I'll tell you that. No doubt about that. They're going to bounce back tonight, and they're already starting out strong out the gate. Second quick for Hudson O'Neill, 15.661. He's going to be fun to watch tonight. Sam Seawright, though, will have the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap overall tonight, 15.615. That's going to do it for our hot laps. We'll come back with qualifying Group A and B after the Super DIRTcar Series final late models making their exit. Up next, Super DIRTcar Series qualifying. Turn things back over to Mike Warren.
Well, thank you, Ruben, and just like it's been over the last 3 nights, as we take a look at a beautiful sunset over Turn 4 here at Volusia Speedway Park, the drivers, as they made their way into the pit area, drew a pill and split things up into Group B and Group A and Group B. Group A is going to set the lineups for heat races 1 and 2. Group B going to set the lineups for heat races 3 and 4 this evening with 41 entries. set to go for the Super Dirt Car Series this evening. We'd like to once again welcome you out here to Volusia Speedway Park for the final night of Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals for the Super Dirt Car Series and the World of Outlaws late models, presented by DIRTVision. So we'll get ready for the first cars to make their way onto the speedway. Of course, as we await the next action at Volusia Speedway Park, not too far away, Sunday, March 1st, Monday, March 2nd, World of Outlaws Bike Week Jamboree as the World of Outlaws non-energy drink sprint cars make their way back here to Volusia Speedway Park for their second trip of the 2026 season. Tickets currently on sale online right now at worldofoutlaws.com. First session of Group A for the Super Dirt Car Series going to roll its way out onto the speedway. Leading him out will be the driver out of Moshweek in Ontario. That is the 0 of Glenn Stiers. Then it'll be the 33 of Eddie Strada. The Big Red Towing 99L of Lightning Larry White. And the Piaget Course Racing car number 91 of Hollywood Felix Waugh. Group A out on the speedway now. And the first car to take time will be Glenn Stiers. He'll make his way by 17.207 for Stiers. Eddie Strada, second quick, 17.317. Then it'll be Larry White first time around. He'll be quickest, 17 flat for the 99L. First time for the 91 of Felix Waugh. He'll go second with a 17.051. Stiers second trip, third quick, 17.178. Second time for Eddie Strada. Second quick, 17.031. Larry White, second time around, faster with a 16.963. Can Hollywood beat that time as he comes across the flag stand? No, but he'll go back to second. 17.025 for Felix Waugh. So Lightning Larry White, top of the leaderboard. After that first session in Group A. So we await the next four cars to make their way onto the speedway. Leading him out will be the Cloud V Vape Shop. 92 machine of Dexter Stacy. He'll roll down into turn number 3 and 4 out of Kanawake, Quebec. Then it'll be the Ferguson Land Surveyor. 17 of Marcus Dinkins. The Ace Materials. Active Disposal number 6 of Matt Stengel. And in the first time in Group A all week, he's been at the top of Group B on all 3 nights. The Buzz Shoe Chevrolet number 88 of Money Matt Williamson out there on the speedway. Green flag out as Dexter Stacy will be the first car to see Dave Farney's white flag as he comes to the flag stand this time by. Fifth quick for Stacy, 17.369. Marcus Dinkins first time around, sixth quick, 17.718. First time for Matt Stengel. Fourth quick for Stengel, 17.055. Matt Williamson, quick time with a 16.751. Stacy, second lap, still seventh quick, 17.446 on lap number 2. Dinkins, eighth quick, 17.422. Second time around for Stengel. To the top with a 16.724. Williamson gonna beat it, 16.695. And I apologize, Stengel's time 16.724. Williamson beats it with a 16.695. So Matt Williamson and Matt Stengel laying down a couple of fast laps here in the second session of Group B. Now the track record for the Super Dirt Car Series here at Volusia Speedway Park, a 16.794 set by Jamie Mills. So guess what that means, Bob? That is a new track record for Matt Williamson. So Matt Williamson sets a new track record, 17.695. Stengel also did it, but it was Williamson's time that is ahead of it. So we go green as they roll down the back straightaway. Justin Stone out on their speedway for session number 3. Bob McGannon's out there on the speedway in the 21M. Eric Rudolph in the 25. Billy Pouch in the 1 car. Justin Stone third quick, 16.878. That'll be the 21M of Bob McGannon. 10th quick with a 17.699. Eric Rudolph, 8th quick, 17.248. Billy Pouch Jr., 5th quick, 17.002. Justin Stone, 2nd quick with a 16.723. Stone off to a fast start for the second straight night. We'll see what McGannon has. 10th quick, 17.359. Eric Rudolph bringing him off on turn number 4. He'll go 6th quick with a 17.022. And Billy Pouch Jr., 5th quick, 17.170. So 16.695, a new track record at the top of the leaderboard for Money Matt Williamson. Next group rolling out onto the speedway, Macy Adamek in the 8 machine out of Leechburg, Pennsylvania will be the first car out. Then it'll be the Bullies Truck Stop Recap Recovery Drink car number 66W of Wallace Stacy. The 10C of Danny Creedon out of Middletown, New York out on the speedway. As they're going to start sending them in 3s with 9 cars remaining here in Group A. Matt Williamson up at the top of the leaderboard, 16.695. As Adamek comes by. 13th quick, 18.594. Stacy, 13th quick, 17.971. First time around for Danny Creedon. 12th quick, 17.376. Second time around for Macy Adamek. 13th quick, still 17.394. Wallace Stacy, 15th quick, 17.631. Second time around for Danny Creedon. 12th quick with a 17.376, 18.160 on lap number 2. Matt Williamson, 16.695. Been at the top of Group B in all 3 events this weekend. However, he hasn't been quick time yet to get that Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award. He's in line for that as Andrew Buff, going to be the first car to pull out onto the speedway. Then it'll be the Phelps Cement Products car number 3 of Justin Ayers. And the All Points car number 22M entry. That is going to be Richard Murtaugh. .92 of Buff going to take the white flag as he comes by. 16th quick for Buff, 17.667. The 3 of Justin Ayers first time around. He'll be 10th quick with a 17.226. And the 22 of Murtaugh, 17.489 for Richard Murtaugh. It's good enough for 16th quick. Second time for Buff, 17th quick, 17.575. T-Bone second time around. 4th quick for Justin Ayers with a 16.846. And the 22 machine of Murtaugh, 16th quick, 17.629. There's Hollywood Felix Waugh awaiting to see if he stays 8th quick here in Group A. There's Felix giving a wave as we wait the final 3 cars here in Group A. Leading him out, the CP Carrillo, car number 444 out of Addison, New York. That's Russell Morseman, the 4th. Then it will be the IG Burton Chevrolet at his catering car number 30 of H.J. Bunting. And the QXO, car number 20 of Rick Laubach out there on the speedway now. Horseman going to bring him off turn number 3 and 4 to the white flag to finish up Group A. 19th quick for Horseman, 17.898. H.J. Bunting, 11th quick, 17.346. First time around for the Quaker Shaker. We'll see what he has. Laubach, 19th quick, 17.6. Horseman, second time around, 18th quick, 17.553. Bunting, 10th quick, 17.064. Final time for Laubach. He'll come to the checkered flag to complete Group A. 17.085 for Laubach, good enough for 11th quick, but with a new track record, your quickest timer tonight in Group A with a 16.695. The Bus Shoe Chevrolet, car number 88 of Money Matt Williamson. Peyton Williams, I mentioned you're getting pretty used to talking to Matt Williamson, and he's here again with quick time in Group A.
Yeah, Mike, Money Matt Williamson's told me all week if he could just draw into the first group, potentially win the Quick Time Award. You're well on your way to doing that, but how does the new track record sound?
Yeah, that's super cool. Don't think I've got too many of them. I actually told the guys in the pit area if the track was fast enough, we got the equipment to set the track record here tonight. So track crew did a great job. It's going to be a really racy racetrack tonight, and hopefully we can get a good heat race and get in the redraw.
Money Matt Williamson just one step closer to getting his hands on his 3rd career Big Gator.
Well, thank you, Peyton. As Group A makes its way back across the racetrack and back to the Gator Pond. We'll await Group B to come out on the speedway. After Group B is complete, we will head into our World of Outlaws late models presented by DIRTVision qualifying. So we get ready for Group B. First up will be the Nival Precision Plumbing. Car number 18S Machine of Sean Beardsley. Then it's the Haven, car number 11T of Jeff Taylor. And the FX Caprera, Mitsubishi. Car number 11 of Matt Caprera. And the 28 Machine of Mike Troutfield out there for this first session of Group B for the Super DIRTcar Series. Beardsley, the first car that's going to take time as he'll make his way by. 17.874 for the driver in a Central Square, New York. Jeff Taylor going to work his way by. 17.647 for Taylor. 17.461 for Caprera, and Troutfield going to beat it. 17.238. Second quick on the board, that time for Beardsley. Fourth quick for Jeff Taylor. 17.647, still his time to beat. Caprera second time around. He'll stay second quick, 17.431. And Troutfield even faster, 17.127 for the driver out of Roscoe, New York. So Mike Troutfield at the top of the leaderboard in Group B to kick things off after that first session. We await the next four cars to make their way onto the speedway. Leading them out will be the driver in a Fulton, New York, and the Sterling Lubricants, Mohawk Northeast, Dig Race Products, car number 5H. That is Amy Holland. Amy Holland will be the first car onto the speedway. Then the Hallbar International, Bark Contracting, Glenn Steyer's Racing, car number 44, Machine of Stuart Friesen. The Monadnock Disposal Service, McGee Transportation Services, 4018 tonight being driven by Billy Van Imwagen. And the J&B Installation, Mohawk Northeast, car number 98H. That is Jimmy Phelps. Well, the next four cars rolling onto the speedway as they get the green flag from Dave Farney. Field comes down. That'll be the 5H of Holland. Fourth quick for Holland, 17.631. Stuart Friesen, second quick, 17.339. 48T Machine of Billy Van Imwagen, fifth quick, 17.470. Jimmy Phelps first lap, sixth quick, 17.477. Holland second time around, seventh quick, 17.631. We'll see if Friesen can be faster. He crosses the line. Quick time, 17.028 for Stuart Friesen. Billy Van Imwagen third quick, 17.258 for Billy V. And Jimmy Phelps going to be faster than Van Imwagen going to third, 17.235 for the driver of the 98H Machine. Next four cars going to roll onto the speedway. The Genic Group number 70A Machine of Alex Payne. Then it'll be the Smith Site Development number 12 of Darren Smith. The Northeast Race Products Trade Show 21A of the Batman Peter Britton. And the IHRA number 9S of Super Matt Shepard out there on the speedway for this next session here in Group B. 78 car makes his way by. Alex Payne going to be fifth quick, 17.381 for the Slide Job Express. First time around for Darren Smith, fourth quick, 17.240. 21A of Peter Britton, sixth quick, 17.366. First time around for Matt Shepard. Quick time with a 16.930. Shepard to the top. Alex Payne, third quick now with a 17.050. Darren Smith, second time around, to the top with a 16.818. Peter Britton looking to beat it as he comes by. Fifth quick, 17.122. And the 9S of Shepard, he'll stay second quick, 17.087 on lap number 2. So Darren Smith going to the top of the leaderboard in Group B with 12 cars completed. Should be two more groups remaining in what is a loaded Group B for the Super DIRTcar Series this evening, determined by the luck of the draw. Rich Scalata going to be the first car to roll his way out in this next session. Then it'll be the 61L of Donovan Lucier, the 165 of Rex King Jr., and the 18V of Bobby Varon. Scalata going to bring him off turn number 3 and 4 to the white flag. 11th quick for Scalata, 17.553. 61L Lucier, 9th quick, 17.359. Rex King Jr., 13th quick, 17.554. Bobby Varon's first lap, 9th quick with a 17.267. Second time around for Scalata, 13th quick, 17.474. Then it'll be the 61L Lucier, second time, 10th quick, 17.359. Rex King Jr., 7th quick, 17.222, and Bobby Varon, 5th quick with a 17.090. 4 more cars here in qualifying for the Super DIRTcar Series. See if anybody can knock Darren Smith off the top of Group B with a 16.818. Loudon Reimert out of Ole, Pennsylvania will be the first car to make his way onto the speedway. Then it'll be Mike Goulart in the non-gravy construction 58 machine, another Pennsylvania driver behind them. That's the 84Y of Alex Jankowski, and the 2 of Jack Lane are going to be the final car to roll onto the racing surface as we are green with the final session of qualifying for the Super DIRTcar Series this evening. Laner, the final car to take the green flag. Reimer going to be the first car in this session to make his way by. 15th quick, 17.478. Goulart, 12th quick, 17.428. Then it'll be the 84Y of Jankowski, 15th quick, 17.449. Jack Laner's first lap as he rolls off at turn number 4. He'll come to the flag stand, 8th quick with a 17.211. Second time for Reimert, second quick with a 16.877. Goulart, 14th quick, 17.667 on lap number 2. Here's Jankowski, second lap, 14th quick with a 17.423. Jack Laner going to finish up qualifying this evening for the Super DIRTcar Series, 4th quick with a 16.993. So Darren Smith going to be quickest overall in Group B for the Super DIRTcar Series with a 16.818. Reimert second quick, 16.877. They will both sit on the pole this evening, and Peyton Williams, you're down there with Darren Smith, who gets a great run to go to the top of Group B.
Darren Smith is going to start on the front row of his heat race for the 3rd night in a row. Darren, you continue to be quick in qualifying. You've posted quicker laps, but not won your group. How fine are the margins of this racing surface tonight?
Oh, I mean, it's very, very technical down in 3 and 4. I mean, 1 and 2 is just wide open, but no, we've had speed all week in the time trials and heat races, and we haven't had anything really to show for it in the feature. We broke 2 nights, and then last night we just weren't that comfortable, so we'll see what we can do tonight.
Darren Smith, as he said, Mike, a couple of times this week, he's had to enter the hot pit area once feature racing action rolled around, but starting on the front of his heat race tonight, winning Group B, hopefully he can steer clear of trouble as he aims for his first win of 2026.
Well, thank you, Peyton. Darren Smith going to go to the top of Group B, but tonight's Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award winner with a new track record here at Volusia Speedway Park of 16.695. In the Bush 2 Chevrolet, car number 88, that's Money Matt Williamson. So Williamson, your Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks Quick Time Award winner this evening. That's going to wrap things up for our Super DIRTcar Series qualifying. Qualifying up next for the World of Outlaws late models presented by DIRTVision. And for the call, we'll send it back to Ruben Morales.
Thank you, Mike. 28 cars in Group A getting ready to roll on out of that back gate. 28 cars in Group B. If it's your first World of Outlaws feature or first ever dirt race, just to explain the format to you, 56 entries here this evening representing 26 states. Drivers go and register at the World of Outlaws Command Center with timing and scoring chief Jeff Olson. There's 150 pills in the bucket. They all draw a pill, and then we split them right in half. And the first half goes to Group A. Group B. Group A, fastest driver will start on the pole of Heat 1, second quick on the pole of Heat 2, third quick on the pole of Heat race number 3, fourth, fifth, and sixth will fill to the outside of the front row there. So top 6 is where you want to be if you want to start on the front row of a heat race. Group B, same scenario except Heats 4, 5, and 6. We'll have 6 heat races later on tonight. Take the top 3 directly to the feature. Lock in 18 cars. We'll have 2 last chance showdowns where 5th on back go in those heats. Lock in the top 3 and then get ready for tonight's 50-lap, $20,000 to win feature. Up first at Richmond, Indiana, the Gibson Racing, Vision Woodworks, Vision Homes, DCE Fabrication, Pardos Towing Service, Burt Transmission, number 20 TC, Tristan Chamberlain. In the number 77, that's going to be Preston Luckman in Coos Bay, Oregon, the Harry Race Pharmacy, Coast Granite Creations, Deer Dorf, Fitzsimmons, number 77, and the 44, Chris Madden, Great Court, South Carolina, the Wells Motorsports, Millwood Plumbing, Henderson Amusement, Convenient Loop, number 44. Chamberlain going to kick us off, 17-178. Preston Luckman to the top of the charts, 17-038. Here comes Chris Madden, quickest, 15-227. Chamberlain will go second quick, faster on lap number 2, 15.986. Luckman will take second back as he'll go at a 15.960. Chris Madden will not go faster, but he'll keep lap number 1 quickest here in Group A. And that Wells Motorsports number 44 to 15.227. Preston Luckman second quick, Tristan Chamberlain third quick. Next 3 qualifiers at Brandon, Florida. The Wayne Hammond owned Michael Lloyd Hauling and Demolition, LTX Home Builders, Borchers Equipment, Race Car Engineering, Atomic Music Group, Multi-Fire Spark Plug Wires, Velocity Manufacturing Group, number 40B, Kyle Bronson. Your Big Gator point leader out of Mooresville, North Carolina. The Ty-Toric NOS, CNW Trucking, Lone Wolf Petroleum, Holdren Construction, Remtech Industries, number 9, Nick Hoffman. Out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, the Eason Roofing Company, Fraud Caldwell Chevrolet, Mid-Atlantic Roofing Supply, WP Racing Shocks, Matt Mann Designs, number 23, Becca Malone. Opening lap for Kyle Bronson, second quick, 15.849, 15.849 for Kyle Bronson. Here comes Nick Hoffman. He will go second quick, 15.491. Top 24 in the feature tonight, clinches his Big Gator. Becca Malone has trouble. He'll take it into the infield. Remember, he had to switch to the backup car after the primary car taking too much damage last night. Bronson and Hoffman both keep lap number 1. Bronson will stay third quick, and Nick Hoffman will stay second quick. And Becca Malone not able to clock in a lap here in qualifying in the 23. Time to beat, Chris Madden, 15.227. Up next at Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the Fuel Factory, Hanco Corporation, TS Warehouse, Longhorn Pro Power, number 8 of Matthew Larson. The number 32 out of Oakwood, Illinois, the Longhorn Vic Hill Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transportation, Collin Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Carnegie Towing and Auto Repair, Fort Knox Safe and Bolts, number 32, Bobby Pierce. Out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Longhorn Vic Hill Delk Equipment, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Petroff Towing, Can-Am Auto Salvage, Race Rants, VP Racing Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, number 157, Mike Marlar. Matthew Larson, third quick, 15.750. Pierce on his opening lap, third quick, 15.636. Mike Marlar will cross the line. He'll go fourth quick, 15.742. Matthew Larson will not improve. He'll keep lap number 1. Stay fifth quick. Bobby Pierce will cross the line. He'll keep lap 1. He'll stay third quick. And Mikey Marlar will cross the line. All 3 drivers keeping lap number 1. Matthew Larson, 5th quick. Mike Marlar, 4th quick. Bobby Pierce, 3rd. Nick Hoffman, 2nd. And Chris Madden still with a time to beat here in Group A at a 15.227. Up next, Kyle Strickler out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the AK Race Car, Clements Power, G-Style Transport, Cat Industries, WL Marion Plumbing, Donaldson Grading, Jerovitz Motorsports Shock Service, Andy's Towing, number 8, Kyle Strickler. Out of Indianola, Iowa, by the way, at Chandler, Arizona, the Kohler Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Knights Company, Sunoco, Coltman Farms, Capital Waste, Bilstein, number 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr. Out of Ocala, Florida, the Quality Services Roofing, Triple Crown Trailers, Down to Earth Trailers, Fitz Factory, DWK Law Firm, Bilstein, number 388, Jackson Heights. Here comes Kyle Larson, 6th quick at a 15.813. Ricky Thornton Jr. will bump Strickler down to 7th as he goes 6th quick, 15.791. Jackson Heiss 9th quick at a 15.920. Strickler will cross the line better. Fourth quick at a 15.707. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. He's also faster. Third quick for RTJ, 15.534. And Jackson Heiss will cross the line. He will not improve. He'll stay ninth quick at a 15.920. Strickler fifth and Ricky Thornton Jr. third quick at a 15.534. Chris Madden still with the time to beat at a 15.227. Up next, out of Chelsea, Iowa, the Rev 1 Clement Skyline Motorsports, Bruning Rock Products, Stealth Oil Well Services, Quality Services, Murdy Farms, Cash Money Motorsports, Fast Shafts, Quick Supply Code, Truck Country, number 13, Dallin Murdy. Out of Georgetown, Delaware, the Rocket Clement, Stokely Materials, Commonwealth Equipment, Wesley Collins Builders, Stokely Speed and Supply, Del Mavara Hydraulics, number 7, Ross Robinson. Out of Evans, Georgia, the Longhorn Clements, Riggs Motorsports, Budweiser, Dude Wipes, Heartbeat, Hot Sauce, Gronto, Southern, R.W. Powell, Big Dog Stump and Tree, SCM Harco Construction, number 76, Brandon Overton. Dallin Murdy, 9th quick, 15.857. Ross Robinson, 13th quick, 16.495. Brandon Overton, 4th quick on his opening lap, 15.582. Second last night for the 76. Dallin Murdy, 3rd quick, 15.529. Good second lap by the youngster. Here comes the 7 of Ross Robinson. He will improve up 2 positions. 11th quick, 15.917. Brandon Overton will keep lap number 1. So Ross Robinson, 11th quick. Brandon Overton, 5th quick. And Dallin Murdy, the quickest of the 3. 3rd quick overall at a 15.529. Chris Madden still atop of the charts. Up next, now in his sophomore season with the Outlaws, out of Winona, Minnesota, the Longhorn Cornet Gorilla Mill, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Oak Ridge Fabrication, Horman's HVAC On-Demand Shirts, Race Gear by Austin Witt, Stone Machinery, number 49, Jake Tim. Out of Kingston, Georgia, the Millwood Plumbing, Machine Construction, Competition Racing Engines, Gary Mobile Services, VP Racing Fuel, Sugar Rush, One Source Paint and Body, Rocket Durham, number 31, Tyler Millwood. In his sophomore season out of Heidemann, Pennsylvania, the G.R. Smith Motorsports, Victory Circle Auto Sales, Gambler Transport, Brick House Tavern, Lake House Wine Bar, number 22 star, Drake Troutman. Jake Tim, 15th quick, 16.108. Here comes the 31 at Tyler Millwood, 14th quick, 15.963. Troutman, opening lap for him, 8th quick, 15.720 for Troutman. Jake Tim will cross the line, and Tim will not improve. He'll stay 17th quick, 16.108. Tyler Millwood will go faster, 12th quick, 15.895. And Drake Troutman will cross the line, and he will improve, but stay 8th quick in the 22 star at a 15.717. Jake Tim, 17th. Tyler Millwood, 12th. Drake Troutman, 8th. Chris Madden atop of the charts with Hoffman, Murdy, Thornton, Overton, and Pierce. Currently the 6 drivers with a front row starting spot. Still a long way to go. Up next, out of Watertown, New York, the Dave Warren Power Sports, Corey Rubber Corporation, Excess Storage, Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing, Excess Storage, JHI Hydraulics, One Rail, Sherlock Ventures, number 9, Tim McCready. Out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the Cooney Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Custom Fabricating and Repair, Carl Chevrolet, Allen Seamless Gutters, Murdy Farms, VP Racing Fuels, Heartland, number 19R, Ryan Gustin. Out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, the Paler Motorsports, Hoopaw Grading, Coltman Farms, Buddy's Wrecker and Automotive Service, Sunoco, Pilot Risk Management, Hubbard Supply House, Mattman Designs, 93, Carson Ferguson. McCready, 9th quick, 15.725. Ryan Gustin going to go 7th quick, 15.656. Carson Ferguson will go 13th quick, 15.836. McCready, 6th quick for Tim McCready, 15.630. Ryan Gustin, 2nd quick for Gustin, 15.474. A whopping lap by Ryan Gustin, and also Carson Ferguson improving. He'll go 7th quick. So Carson Ferguson, 7th quick. How about Ryan Gustin, 2nd quick at a 15.474. Up next at Dade City, Florida, the Rocket, JCM Motorsports, J. Dickens, Randy Clary, Power, Yellowhammer Design and Construction, Big Daddy's Cattle, Barstow Transportation, Neon Bubbles Car Wash, number 19, that is Brendan Smith. Out of Lewistown, Missouri, the Rocket Pro Power, H&R Enterprise, On Track Nutrition and Fitness, number 17, Austin Howes. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Big Frog Motorsports, Viper Risk Management, Ocala Restaurant and Supply, New Point Lighting and Design, Dave's Towing, number 58V, Dalton Wilson. Brendan Smith, 20th quick, 16.073. Austin Howes will clock in 22nd quick, 16.673. Dalton Wilson, 14th quick, 15.813. Brendan Smith, 4th quick for Brendan, 15.513, a good lap there. Austin Howes will improve, 23rd, 16.493, and Dalton Wilson will rely on lap number 1, 15th quick, 15.813. Brendan Smith, 4th quick into JCM Motorsports number 19. Chris Madden still with a time to beat at a 15.227. 4 qualifiers to go. We'll split them up into 2 pairs. You'll find the driver at Bear Lake, Pennsylvania. The Longhorn Clements, Dave Warren Power Sports, Nice by Jamestown, Canna, Corey Rubber Corporation, Access Storage, JHI Hydraulics, One Rail, Sherlock Ventures, Flawless Roofing, Trans 58, Brakes Transport, number 99B, Boom Briggs. In the number 14, from Jefferson City, Missouri, the Black Diamond Pro Power, Diamond Pet Foods, Worldwide Technologies, Pyro Signs Nationwide, Greg Johnson, Clyburn Tank Lines, and McEwitt Millard Family Chapels, number 14R, Reed Millard. Here comes the 99B, Boom Briggs, 21st quick, 15.981. Reed Millard will cross the line. He'll go 25th quick, 18.147. Checkered flag in the air here for these 2 drivers. Boom Briggs faster, 17th quick, 15.849. And here comes Reed Millard. Faster, 25th quick, 17.120. Top 6 is where you want to be, and right now it's Chris Madden, Ryan Gustin, Nick Hoffman, Brendan Smith, Dallin Murdy, and Ricky Thornton Jr. with 2 qualifiers to go here in Group A. Up next out of Thompson, Georgia, Cody Overton in the Longhorn Clements Factory 97, Richard David Legacy Motorsports, M&M Painting and Construction, JNC Properties, All About Doors, Granite Hauling and Excavating, Jerry's Roofing and Siding, number 97, Cody Overton. Out of Decorah, Iowa, the Skyline Motorsports, Bruning Rock Products, Quick Supply Company, Truck Country, J.W. Bell, number 16, Tyler Bruning. Don't sleep on these 2 drivers. These are 2 of the 12 drivers that have made every feature here this week. Cody Overton, 18th quick, 15.851. Tyler Bruning will cross the line, and he'll go 5th quick, 15.521. Cody Overton needs to win tonight. Nick Hoffman finished 25th or worse to win the Big Gator, or Cody Overton 2nd and Hoffman 29th or worse tonight. Cody Overton did not qualify very well, 16th quick, 15.798, and Tyler Bruning faster, 5th quick, 15.516. So it's Chris Madden, Ryan Gustin, Nick Hoffman, Brendan Smith, Tyler Bruning, and Dallin Murdy, the top 6. Ashton, downstairs to you.
A whopping 15-2 for Chris Smokey Madden puts him on the pole of heat race number 1. You had that incident early on yesterday. Do you think that added fuel to your fire to just go out here and do much better today?
Yeah, the night's our last night, so we've had a really good car. We've just been missing a little bit in the features. We've had qualifying and heat racing down pat, but we've been missing a little bit. We thought we had a really good car last night, and just had a misfortune on that start, and everybody got bottled up. We got caught up in it, but everybody's been working hard back in the pits. Like to thank all them guys for their hard work this week, and maybe we can get victory lane tonight to say hi to all the family and friends back home watching, and thanks to Wells Motorsports and all the guys at the shop at Infinity for building us a great race car, and maybe we can make them proud tonight.
The 44 has been a fast piece all week, but hasn't necessarily had the chance to show it. Well, tonight might be that night. Fastest in Group Number A, Ruben.
Thank you, Ashton. Your front row in the opening heat race of the night is going to be Chris Madden and Brendan Smith. Good qualifying by Brendan Smith. Front row for heat race number 2, Ryan Gustin and Tyler Bruning. And front row for heat race number 3, Nick Hoffman and the 13 of Dallin Murdy. Both Skyline cars are really good here, both of them in the front row. The 12 drivers that have made every feature here this week are Tyler Erb, Brandon Shepard, Nick Hoffman, Tim McCready, Tyler Bruning, Ryan Gustin, Ricky Thornton Jr., Drake Troutman, Bobby Pierce, Chris Madden, Dalton Wilson, and Cody Overton. I just wanted to put that out there because the competition is stout every year here at Volusia Speedway Park for the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. All the best dirt late model drivers are here, and to make every single feature, that is a testament to the team and their efforts. And I just wanted to recognize that because it is tough to make these shows, especially all week long. Well, one night to go and one group to go. Chris Madden, quickest overall right now, 15.227. We'll see if anyone can stop him from being overall quick time and go quicker than that, or Chris Madden will be quick time. Here we go. Jason Riggs up first. Out of College Grove, Tennessee, the best one tire and service, Riggs Fiber, Wiles Drive Shafts, Bill Stein, number 81. The number 1, Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas, the best performance motorsports, bulk material lift, first class septic, Coles County Speedway, Roberts B Company, number 1, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender to St. Augustine, Florida, the Mills Concrete, Bill Stein, H&R Racing Engines, FK Roddins, VG Performance, VP Racing Fuels, number 14, Trey Mills. Jason Riggs, 16.151, 16.151. Here comes the number 1 of Tyler Erb. He'll clock in fastest, 15.660. Opening lap for Mills. He will cross the line second quick, 15.986. Jason Riggs will rely on lap number 1, that time about half a tenth slower. And Tyler Erb faster, 15.506. Can Trey Mills go to the top of the charts? He'll cross the line faster, but stays second quick at a 15.861. Tyler Erb will have quick time here, 15.506 to kick off Group B. Up next, joining us out of Zeeland, Michigan, the Longhorn Clements, Coleman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bilstein Shocks, Ferris Commercial Mowers, Autism Awareness, Special Needs School of Gwinnett, number 49, Luke Morey. And the number 09 from Sun River, Montana, the Dust Pods, Willow Ranch, Rowdy Mood Hat Company, Longhorn Dynamics, Olin's, Longhorn Durham, number 09, Michael Leach. Also on the Speedway from Las Cruces, New Mexico, the Ken and Beth Roberts Motorsports, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sunoco, Brock Properties, Low Voltage Solutions, Bill Stein, Hogan Farms, Fertilizer Equipment Specialist, East Central Sports, Longhorn Clements, number 58, Garrett Alberson. Luke Morey will go fourth quick, 16.156. Michael Leach, second quick, 15.700. Garrett Alberson to the top of the charts goes Alberson, 15.494 for the 58. Luke Morey faster, fifth quick, 16.126. Michael Leach faster, third quick, 15.603. And Garrett Alberson, can he go faster? He doesn't, but his first lap going to put him quickest here in Group B at a 15.494 for the Ken and Beth Roberts Motorsports, number 58. Up next, joining us out of Carpentersville, Illinois, the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Fox Shocks, Riverton Party Store, Kaiser, VP, PRC, Rocket Clements, number 28, Dennis Erb Jr. Out of Robeline, Louisiana, in the SNS Fishing and Rental, Strength Roofing and Siding, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Joel's Auto Sales, Wheeler Meadows, Longhorn Clements, number 97, Cade Dillard. Out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, the Virgil Iron and Steel, R&R Enterprises, Eagle Hoist and Winch, Close Racing Supply, WinchRental.com, E&K Equipment, Longhorn Pro Power, number 22, Tyler Wyant. Dennis Erb Jr., fourth quick, 15.775. Cade Dillard will go fifth quick, 15.859. Tyler Wyant on his opening lap will go ninth quick at a 16.247. Dennis Erb Jr. faster, but stays fourth quick at a 15.718. Final lap here for Cade Dillard. He'll cross the line slower. First lap puts him fifth quick. And here comes Tyler Wyant faster. He'll move up 2 spots to seventh quick at a 16.121. Garrett Alberson still with a time to beat at a 15.494 over Tyler Erb, Michael Leach, Dennis Erb Jr., Cade Dillard, and Trey Mills, your top 6. Up next at Fort Payne, Alabama, the Coleman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bill Stein Shocks, J&R Excavating, Lance Little Truck and Trailer Repair, Autism Awareness, Special Needs School of Gwinnett, Longhorn Vic Hill, number 16, Sam Seawright. Out of Manhattan, Kansas, the Bozard Ford, Young Hands Motorsports, Paulson Rock Products, Kaiser, Integra, Sunoco, Rocket Clements, number 18, Chase Young Hands. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender and the All-American Framer, Brandon's Lawn and Landscape, Lovell Enterprise, Valvoline, Napa Auto Parts, Zarin Truck and Auto, Wedge Motorsports, VG Performance, Longhorn Durham, number 1Z, Logan Zarin. Sam Seawright, fourth quick, 15.623. Chase Younghand's going to go 11th quick. Zarin, 6th quick. Younghand, 16.335. Zarin, 15.763. Here comes Seawright, checkered flag. He'll stay 4th quick. A good opening lap for Seawright. Chase Younghands will cross the line. He will go faster, 6th quick, and Logan Zarin will stay with lap number 1, 7th quick. So Logan Zarin, 7th quick, 15.763. Chase Younghands, 6th quick, 15.760. And Sam Seawright, 4th quick overall at a 15.623. Up next, the three-time Big Gator champion out of New Berlin, Illinois. The Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Petrov Towing, Fox Shocks, Ace Metalworks, Performance Grading, Gunner's Honey, Rocket Durham, number 1, Brandon Shepard. In the number 114 at Mount Airy, North Carolina, the Kohler Motorsports. Elite Ready Mix, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Capital Waste, Horizon Equipment Rentals, Coltman Farms, 5-Star Meadow Buildings, Longhorn Cornet, 114, Jordan Kohler. In the number 11 from Cedartown, Georgia, the Cedartown Electric Engineered Systems, HESCO Solutions, SCCS Solutions, Penske, Capital Clements, number 11, Austin Smith. Opening lap for Shepard, third quick, 15.557. Jordan Kohler, 8th quick, 15.761. Austin Smith, 15th quick, 16.198. Brandon Shepard will not improve, but a whopping first lap puts him third quick. And Jordan Kohler, 4th quick, 15.576. Austin Smith going to go 10th quick, better on lap number 2, 15.675. Austin Smith, 10th quick. Jordan Kohler 4th, and Brandon Shepard 3rd quick. Garrett Alberson still with a time to beat at a 15.494. Up next at Mount Airy, North Carolina, the Kohler Motorsports Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Mountain View Venue and Event Center, Midwest Sheet Metal, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Longhorn Clements, number 114, that is Evan Kohler. Out of Rochester, Minnesota, in the Altenberg Construction, Pulse and Rock Products, JNS Repair, JCB Equipment, Rochester Chevrolet, 63 Club, Yagi Trucking, number 19, Dustin Sorensen. Out of Renner, South Dakota, the Western Provisions, Bargain Barn Tire Center, Asphalt Pros, Howe Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Fire, Glanzer Trucking, Bargain Barn Motorsports, number 76, Blair Nodorf. Opening lap for Evan Kohler, 13th quick, 15.906. Dustin Sorensen, 5th quick, 15.578. Drove a really good race last night. Here's Blair Nodorf, 15th quick, 15.989. And checkered flag is out for Evan Kohler, faster, 12th quick, 15.847. Dustin Sorensen will keep lap number 1, 5th quick, that time about 2/10 slower. And Blair Nodorf will cross the line, 3rd quick for Blair Nodorf, 15.524. Man, Snowdrift laying down a good one. So that puts him in the front row as of now. Your top 6 looks like this: Alberson, Tyler Erb, that is, Nodorf, Shepard, Jordan Kohler, and Dustin Sorensen, the top 6 right now. Up next out of Lakeshore, Minnesota, the Cullen Brothers Towing of St. Cloud, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Woody's Racing, Christensen Group Insurance, Amsoil, Fox Shocks, Peterson Farms, Rocket Durham, number 60. Dan Ebert from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the Land of Pressure Washers, Fuel Factory, Hancock Corporation, T-Pack, The Real Cafe, TS Warehouse, B1, Brett Larson. Out of Clinton, Tennessee, the Advanced Transportation, Kaiser Manufacturing, Lowe's Tows, Capital Vic Hill, number 11B, Stacy Bowles. Ebert, 16th quick, 15.980. Brent Larson will cross the line in the B1. He'll go 20th quick, 14.468. Stacy Bowles, 20th quick, 16.332. And here comes the 60 of Dan Ebert, faster, 9th quick, 15.651. Good second lap there. Brent Larson going to clock in for his final lap. He will improve up a couple positions to 17th at a 16.075. And Stacy Bowles faster as well, 18th quick, 16.101. It's still Garrett Alberson, Tyler Erb, Blair Nodorf, Brandon Shepard, Jordan Kohler, and Dustin Sorensen, the top 6. Up next, joining us from Centerville, Pennsylvania, the Centerline Motorsports, Rick's Fiber, Murphy's Logging, Willie's World, C&J Dairy, Creekside Auto Sales, the Gable Inn, number 111, it's Max Blair. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at Clewiston, Florida, the Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing, Performance Napa, Total Claim Source, 7 Peak Steel, Michael Johnson Productions, Longhorn Eagle Power, number 55E, Eli Johnson. Out of Frankfort, Illinois, the NDU Pullet Park, Storage Squares, JR Hauling, Fastenal, J. Morris Construction, VG Performance, Dragon Racing Fuels, number 99 Junior, Frank Heckenass Jr. Max Blair, 14th quick, 15.790. Eli Johnson will cross the line, 18th quick, 15.968. Frank Heckenass will cross the line, 10th quick for Frankie, a good lap, 15.713. Max Blair will clock in 9th quick, way better on lap number 2, 15.638. Eli Johnson will cross the line, 19th quick, 15.968, keeping lap number 1. And Frank Heckenass Jr. will cross the line. He will go faster and go 11th quick as he got bumped down by Max Blair. So Frank Heckenass goes 11th, Max Blair 9th. Garrett Alberson still with a time to beat here in Group B at a 15.494. 4 cars remain. We'll split them into 2 pairs here. And joining us out of Bakersfield, California, now in his sophomore season with the World of Outlaws and the ASD Motorsports, Jarrett Rifles, North Augusta Customs, XL Flooring, Taco John's, Brad Benton Trucking, BK Grading and Paving, Olin Shocks, by Longhorn Dynamics, Contractor Services of Aiken Boswell Oil, Longhorn Clements, number 74X, Ethan Dotson. Out of Verona, Kentucky, in the JRR Motor Sales, Glenwood Electric, JRR Trucking, MC Tank Transport, MGL Auto Sales, Rice Excavating and Plumbing, Chain Locker USA, BC Fluid Power, Longhorn Clements, number 11, Josh Rice. Ethan Dotson, 13th quick, 15.750. Here comes Josh Rice. Opening lap for him, a 10th and a 16th so far the last 2 nights, not bad. 26th quick in his opening lap, 16.309. Ethan Dotson will cross the line in the 74X, and he's going to go 13th quick. Ethan Dotson, 15.750. And here comes Josh Rice. Rice better, 17th quick, 15.800. So Josh Rice, 17th quick. Ethan Dotson, 13th quick. No change in the top 6. It's currently Garrett Alberson, Tyler Erb, Blair Nodorf, Brandon Shepard, Jordan Kohler, and Dustin Sorensen. Final 2 qualifiers here this evening. Out of Penton, Alabama, the Britton Motorsports, CTC Disaster Response, AAA General Contractors, J3 Investment Group, Andy's Towing, Shane McDowell Racing, ST Sales, Team Zero Vic Hill, number T1, Todd Morrow. Also out there, out of Martinsville, Indiana, the SSI Motorsports, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Big River Steel, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Indiana USSSA Fast Pitch, Wilds Drive Shafts, Wheeler Metals, 7 Spurs Ranch, Longhorn Clements, number 71, Hudson O'Neill. Todd Morrow, 18th quick, 15.807. Here comes the 71 of Hudson O'Neill. He will cross the line, 17th quick, 15.798 for Hudson. Todd Morrow on his final lap in the T1 will cross the line. He'll go 15.830, slower, lap 1 better, 15.807 to go 19th quick. Hudson O'Neill, final qualifier, better on lap number 2, 11th quick for Hudson O'Neill, 15.673. No one's going to stop him. The driver from the land of enchantment, Las Cruces, New Mexico's Garrett Alberson, 15.494, will be quickest in Group B downstairs to Ashton.
Garrett Alberson, no stranger here to victory lane at Volusia Speedway Park. You've won here before. Had a little bit of struggles here this week, but man, this 58's fast. You think we're going to see you in victory lane again at the end of the night?
Yeah, we sure hope so. Yeah, it's been kind of a tough week. Made some mistakes yesterday on our part, and but that's part of racing. And just really proud of the guys. They busted their butts, and we kind of had to get a little creative to come up with a deal that would get us kind of like our own little feel right there that I've been looking for, and they did a great job. So hopefully I can wheel this thing.
Garrett Alberson feeling good behind the wheel. His 58 machine is the fastest in Group B.
Yep, quickest overall will go to Chris Smokey Madden here this evening. Chris Madden, his 38th career quick time with the series at a 15.227. Just to summarize Group B, your front row in heat race number 4 will be Garrett Alberson, Brandon Shepard. Heat 5 will be Tyler Erb, Jordan Kohler. Heat 6, Blair Nodorf and Dustin Sorensen. For everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we inch closer to opening ceremonies of the finale of the Federated Auto Parts DIRTcar Nationals. We'll be right back.